Live.
You were live?
Yeah.
I did most of my chatting across the world with AOL chat.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Remember that sound? Yeah, yeah.
The dial-up noise.
I can't even do it probably.
I was like, because I was telling my wife about that. I was just like, you remember the noise that dial-up used to make?
Oh, especially
you hear the phone noise first.
Especially if you pick up the phone and you didn't know what was going on.
Oh man!
Let me make a phone call. Oh
yeah.
Oh
yeah.
My mom
get off the internet.
Yeah, my mom used to be like, man, get off the. You can't be using the internet all day. What if somebody trying to make a phone call? I was like, hey man, I gotta do my homework.
Go to the library.
Oh, we live.
We are live.
Yo, it looks so good in here.
It does.
Oh yeah.
That LED light made a whole lot of difference.
A whole lot of difference.
Yes.
Did you change the fixture?
No.
No, it was always
that. Was always that one.
I could have sworn it was something else.
It was it.
Why did I not notice?
I don't know.
What up, everybody? Hola.
Let me put my.
Let me see who we got in the sound first.
We do.
You changed the fixture?
No. Wow, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's
You
the
changed the
sound.
vision?
No.
All right, everybody.
Be nice.
We are on
We are live.
Les Tubes.
We are L live.
There you go.
That's poor Spanish for
On
live.
Yes. How do you say you in Spanish? I forgot.
Tube.
Yes. Two-tube.
Is that like a...
Two-tube.
Tutu.
Two-tube.
Oh, it goes in the past and
Whatever
then
tube is.
it catches up.
Yeah, because we're live.
Yeah, there's always a little
Delay.
delay.
Gotcha.
Russell Brown.
What up, Russ? You follow us everywhere. I appreciate
Loyalty.
it. Loyalty. We'll have to get you a Christmas present.
Alright, so let me get to my shot.
Alright,
Screen.
everybody. Oh, snap. I forgot I can share the live chat now.
Share the live chat.
Yeah. I can share the live.
Gotcha.
I can share. Do it. Thank you. Oh, that's why I wasn't doing it.
Why?
Because it
Duh.
wasn't live.
Yo. Duh. I forgot. Hey, man, as technical as I am, some of these things do slip past me.
Yes, and I like the shot we have too. This is good. This is good. This is good.
I'm just tagging my friends in it now.
That's right. We're trying to spread this around the world, as Keegan said. Keegan's got all his people in Trinidad and Tobago and
You know, Keegan world famous, yo.
exactly. All his ID
Why
channel
is Waka
fans.
Flocka at the Sandy Springs Barnes and Nobles?
Maybe one
So random.
Yeah, maybe like Buzz.
I didn't say that he didn't, but
Maybe
it's just so random.
it is super random.
Sandy Springs is lit.
It's a way to sell books.
Waka Flocka in Sandy Springs.
I almost want to know what he's doing there. I'd go over there just to see. So I guess it's working.
Wow.
Maybe his album is like right by the coffee shop. You know how you get like your coffee and stuff, and then there's like some albums right there to register.
Yeah.
Maybe his latest album is right there.
Probably. I'm not gonna go to Barnes and Noble.
Waka Flocka, the easy listening compilation.
The easy listening compilation. Oh, so now Instagram has that thing where you can, like, you know, like Snapchat, if you like scan the ghost, like you can pull up somebody's profile.
Yes.
Instagram now too.
Since Snapchat is nearly dead.
You know the
already.
cool thing
It's
about
dead. I don't even
YouTube
wanna be on
with
it.
my Google phone? You know, with my Android?
'Cause
I
you
can
have
watch
to-
this, and I can watch this and do stuff on Facebook.
Because it's YouTube. Yes.
You said you got an Android?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
It's fine.
That's right, Mella.
I don't really
Team
care
Droid
about
all the
that.
way,
Get your
baby.
life
Team
together.
Get your
iPhone
life. Get your
because
life.
of
Yes.
The way my life is set up, I'm appled out, so that's why I use my phone. Okay.
I'm
not
glad.
opposed to droids, but that's just what my business is.
I'm glad you're appled out because that is benefiting us.
I'm about to say for you guys' life, that is benefiting for filming and editing and all that.
Absolutely, it's great.
I have no problems with it. My wife is a Apple person. She loves Apple. Well, you look smart on here.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to get my
Who got that sound on?
He
Oh.
yeah. I'm actually kind of glad he does. 'Cause, you know.
I'm just trying to get my college on.
That's good. You know what I mean? Do your thing.
I gotta turn in my paper today before it's late though.
Oh, snap.
I'm done with it. I just have to turn it in now.
Man, his wide shot looks beautiful, guys.
So how do I go back
You
to?
gonna send a live video to me?
Hmm?
You send a live.
Hey, I didn't know you was gonna connect tonight. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to make sure you out here.
I appreciate that. So you were able to get a unique name for the YouTube?
I did first name Convrs8, last name Let's Talk.
Okay.
I heard
one for
somebody
like
say, it's the first time I ever heard somebody say Convrs8. Somebody said that to me today. And they was like, hey, man, y'all doing Convrs8 today? And I was like, no, I mean,
First name Convrs8, last
no, Convrs8. You know, it's not Convrs8. Convrs8.
I guess the big 8 is kind of.
It does it, but you
it's a
know.
big old 8. Whatever. On there. Hey, it makes it memorable.
Yeah.
Okay.
snap.
So, yes, it appears we're ready.
What's up, peeps? Hey, brothers and sisters. Who's that?
Okay, we got people on here. I think.
Hello.
I think people traveled with us.
6 people watching. Okay. Let's
Okay,
go.
yes.
Hey,
People traveled with us.
Travel with us. Come with us. Tasha, I sent you everything you need to connect to us. All you have to do is click on Facebook and click the picture.
Click the event.
Click the event and you shall come to us.
And you can chat and everything.
I can put it on the South Final Group Me where she's in.
Go
You know,
right on ahead.
Go right on ahead.
And they can do it too. Oh man.
Hey everybody.
What's up? I'm just practicing talking to the mic. I know it's not on yet, but
You're doing good. You're doing good. Everything's coming through. I just gotta make sure Mella do what she need to do.
Yep.
Not, you know.
I've been working on an angle that doesn't block my face, but I think I got it. So
What am I doing?
Nothing.
Should we put it on Way of the Warrior too, or no?
Yeah, that's fine.
go ahead.
Yeah, share it to everybody.
Yeah, I don't know why we didn't do that sooner.
Yeah.
Because it's YouTube now.
Yeah, it's YouTube.
That's right. It's easily shareable.
Yeah, it's so shareable. You have to just
so
click
shareable.
and just click share. Everybody, subscribe to us. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like us, subscribe,
And ring that bell.
share us to your friends, your mother, your cat.
You know your cat's on YouTube.
We're a child friendly show, by the way, too. You know
We
what I
are.
mean? So
Yes.
the whole family can watch
Our
us.
clean filter is still checked.
It's still checked.
They have not unchecked that
They
box.
won't uncheck us.
Because we'll just check it again.
Exactly, because we wholesome like Campbell soup. We're good.
That's right. That's right. Stars, chicken and stars.
Exactly. You ever ate that chicken and rice soup?
You know what? No, I never did.
That was disgusting. I looked in the can and I just told my
Ew,
grandmother, like,
not chicken and rice.
Rice is too much.
In a can with
Rice
soup?
in a can, yeah.
Rice in the can
It's a
with,
tricky proposition there.
with chicken bits.
I'm hungry.
The chicken's enough.
Chicken bits.
Chicken and stars.
I'm gonna
That's all
text
I
Brittany to bring me some.
And by the way, this is brought to you by Dunkin' Donuts.
need. That's right.
Oh boy.
Quay Manual, if you're on
Which-
YouTube.
He probably won't be here right now.
Where's he at?
No, that's
I
a
don't know.
good. That's a
Eating
good shot.
somewhere
right
probably.
there, guys.
Huh?
That's a good shot.
That is a good shot. That is a good shot.
Eating somewhere probably.
Order my friend.
I up the
What's
saturation.
up, Elena?
What's up,
What's
Elena?
up,
How you doing?
Elena?
Hello.
Where's the camera?
Camera. Oh yeah, camera's right there. Sorry, I haven't briefed you on anything. Sorry, Okay, yes.
I
This
figured
is
it was.
Keegan, just sit here and
I know.
we'll let you figure it out.
Yes.
See, oh.
And
Love
this
you,
is
sister
and this is the
friend.
microphone that picks us up for the feed, and these will pick us up for the podcast.
Yup.
What am I
So
doing? I'm distracted because I'm hungry.
you are. You just doing everything.
I know. I'm just trying to ask Brittany if she can bring me just a piece of chicken or something.
A piece of chicken.
A piece of it. I'm hungry.
Do you want like well, I don't know, popcorn would be probably all bad. For
Ooh, I love
our
popcorn.
enterprise. Cause it's gonna be all crunchy in the mic and stuff.
That's right. We don't need no popcorn. You're
It's
gonna
gonna be
Elena, how was
May I
your
have
day
chicken,
today,
please?
girl? How you doing, girl?
We glad to have y'all.
Yes.
yes.
Thank you.
Yes. We're just warming up. Show's about to begin.
Show's about to begin. We gotta go live with the mics in a few minutes. We
I'm
just
trying to
kind of
get
like
food.
we try to let people join.
Yes.
You know, give y'all some little small talk, say hi, hellos. Welcome.
Mella is wasting away.
Mella hungry. She hangry.
I'm
If
You
just-
know
somebody
that-
is
I didn't
out
have
there
breakfast.
near Decatur, direct message me. I'll give you the address. Bring Mella a piece of chicken.
Please, just
Yes.
a piece.
Just one off your Popeyes box.
Please.
Chicken and waffles.
I don't
and
understand
waffles.
why she didn't eat.
Well, I don't
Well,
know either. I don't know either.
She was trying to get sleep
I
And
no, I
then they
didn't.
could
We
eat.
left at 7:00.
this morning.
Yes, to get to the church.
Hey man, I did that too. But you know what I did too? I ate something last week. The last time I went. You know
And
what I mean?
Ashley left with my stuff in the car.
Oh goodness. Horrible.
She should be here soon.
Actually, who?
Council.
Council.
Elena says she can't wait to hear us.
Yay.
So, Elena, I can't wait to hear us either.
All right. Y'all about ready to make this thing happen?
We
Yep.
ready.
You ready?
We ready.
Oh goodness.
Yeah.
started.
I don't know why.
Already.
Mella's the one that invited me
Oh.
with the approval of Stephen and Darius. So whatever I say, it's their fault.
Okay.
Okay.
So my
I
behavior.
take full responsibility for Keegan's behavior.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, at
I
least
mean-
somebody take responsibility.
Yeah.
Bella, don't try to be. Don't try to be.
I am my brother's keeper.
That's right,
Yeah,
baby.
man.
That's
That's the
right,
scripture say.
baby.
Yeah, I
That's what
mean,
the
I
scriptures
know.
say.
yeah.
Mella trying to be. What's that? Not pilot. Don't try to wash your hands
I'm
clean,
trying.
bro. You know it's dirty with blood already.
I'm
you
trying
know.
to recover. I'm trying to recover.
You know, I'm looking forward to this.
Just want to give a quick shout out to Christina Maldonado
Oh, Christina.
for working these styles. Okay, because
She had y'all
Oh, they
working
did
out.
oh
y'all.
my gosh,
They
she
did
had
y'all
us-
too.
I see,
Yeah.
but they didn't climb the mountain though. You
They
know
didn't.
what I
They
mean?
didn't
That's
climb
good.
the mountain.
I ain't want to climb the mountain.
Yeah. Y'all don't.
I
have to
actually
lie.
probably would preferred that.
No, you do. No, you don't.
Why you
I
don't
don't
want to climb
know.
the
No, you
mountain?
I said I probably would have preferred climbing the mountain.
Nah, you wasn't.
You sure?
Cause we had to climb it and then we had to go back down it.
Oh yeah, I feel like I would have.
You had to climb a mountain.
Is it
We had
it
to-
longer
it was
than
like
Stone
a
Mountain?
the trail. Was
Oh,
like
that
a
trail
hill.
was like a
Yeah.
Is
mountain.
it
yeah.
longer than
Yeah.
Stone Mountain?
Huh?
Is it steeper than Stone Mountain?
I've never been all the
No.
way up the top, so I can't.
Nah, I ain't gonna say
It's-
that much.
it's just a long
It's
trail.
just a long trail.
Well,
Yeah.
I've climbed to the
All
top of
uphill.
Stone Mountain.
See, we had like different little events in between
Oh.
Amazing Race. It was basically an Amazing Race type thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, let me clean my glasses.
Mm-hmm.
I almost put my contacts on just because I knew you were gonna wear your glasses.
How can I get to my
Aw.
ringtone?
But
Twinsies.
I thought he was going to wear his glasses. That's why I didn't want
switched out.
an
I couldn't-
oversaturation of glasses.
No, I came in, next week I go to the eye doctor again to get my prescriptions changed. So I will be back
In action.
fully wearing my glasses in real life.
So
Yay.
I'll wear
Oh.
I'll wear contacts next week.
No, I'm a.
Oh, that's right. Next week is
Yeah,
Destin.
Oh yeah, we'll be in
That's right.
Florida
We're
next
gonna be in
week.
Florida,
Matter of
guys.
fact, let me put that in the group meeting and let the parking team know I won't be here next week.
Yep. I already told Jason and Michelle that we will be gone.
Yeah.
Get a little vacay.
Next year we're gonna have to let Keegan and his wife come along.
We have 10 people on. Yay!
Yay! What's up, 10
Hey,
people?
what's up, everybody? Glad to see
Hello.
y'all. Like,
Russell Brown.
what? How can I do this? How do you do it on YouTube? Like, share, and subscribe.
Yes.
Yes.
You know,
Click the notification bell so that you know when we have new episodes.
Ring that bell.
Ring a
Yeah.
ding ding
Ring
ding.
it.
Subscribe now.
So you will not miss an episode and such.
Be
Absolutely.
there. Is that
Or
Or
B
B
square.
square.
Be there.
Or B circle.
I was
Why
trying-
does it gotta be a square?
That's what I'm
You
saying.
know what I'm saying?
I
it
kinda
Why
rhymes.
can't it be there or be a circle?
Because
Exactly.
it
Squares are
rhymes.
actually very
Huh?
efficient.
Or circles?
Circles are hard to
Was that my
draw.
computer?
What was it?
Did you hear that noise?
What?
What noise?
Y'all didn't hear the noise?
No.
Ooh, there's a
Is
ghost
your,
up in
is,
here.
is your daughter gonna need headphones?
Oh, it was. No.
Ooh, bad.
Yeah.
I mean,
Unless you'll hear it.
there's
If you'll-
a
you
noise,
hear-
but
you
it's
hear-
not.
I can't hear it.
You can't really
I can't
make
hear
it
it in the
out.
mic, so I'm
Okay.
This mic, it's picking up noise, but it's not like distinguishable.
Okay. Well, it's cool.
So, we know Elena is watching, and we know Russell Brown, Deji is watching. Who else watching out there? Can you all?
Shout yourselves out.
Yes, shout
Where you
yourselves
from?
out. Where
I
you
can't
at?
see the chat screen from
Where
my
are you
device.
from?
What's your
So
mama name?
please.
What's your daddy name?
Oh,
What's
I
your
don't know
social
about
security
that.
number?
Exactly.
Right.
That all of that.
You
Just
can get tax ID.
that's
as well.
right. Yeah, you can
Exactly.
get tax ID. Yeah,
And today is National Debit
that's
Card Day.
thank you.
So you can
Thank
take
you.
a picture of your front and your back. Of your
Yes, debit card.
Yes, get us kicked
Yes.
off YouTube.
Send
Our
it to
first
Convrs8.
day. Our
Yeah.
first day.
Hey, we go big or we go home, right?
Exactly.
Shout out who you are, where you from, where
Yes.
you tuning in from.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, more importantly, where are you tuning in from?
My birthday was Friday, so that debit card thing is for
Hey.
real. For real. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? If you have Cash App, you know what
Exactly.
I'm saying.
I've been
Directly.
seeing a lot of people do that on.
Yes,
like,
on
they
Facebook.
put their cash.
Yes.
Give me
I,
some money.
And I
and
got
I'm
money.
like, I wonder how many people chip in money.
I think so.
I think next year I'm
I
gonna
got
try
it.
it. Next year I'm gonna
Do
try
it.
it. I'm
I got money.
Yeah, Mella did that.
I got
I was
money.
like, I forgot to do that. I was
I
I
like,
said you
what
don't
happened?
know what to give me? That's
I gotta make
okay.
sure
Yeah.
I put
Here's
on
my
my best
cash app.
smile.
Here's
I'm gonna
Yeah.
put on my best smile and just put my
Change your
And I got
profile
money.
picture on there real quick.
Exactly, like,
It was so timely because I needed it for parking.
Yeah.
Because I went to the Georgia Aquarium for my birthday.
So
Oh,
who's
yeah,
out
get in
there?
there
That was
free.
8 people. Don't be
The
scared,
parking
y'all.
ain't free though.
Don't
Oh,
be
true.
scared.
Don't
Put your
be
name
scared.
out there. Don't
all right,
be
it's
scared.
5 o'clock.
All right,
Yes.
yeah, we gotta get on now.
On
Let's
the
do
dot.
it. Let's do it.
I ain't got no drop
You know,
top.
my time is precious. You know what I'm saying?
I'm really
right,
not.
yeah.
I'm really not.
Busy
cruising
man,
streets.
busy man.
I'm
You know
like,
what I'm saying? Okay, Mella know what I'm
See,
saying.
I'm already
For
home,
sure.
so I ain't got nothing else to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
Dang, man.
I forgot what
Did
I was
Brittany get
doing.
my text?
Never mind.
Okay, so what we talking about? It said let's talk. What we talking about?
Okay, so, well, that's for the show. Yeah,
Oh.
we'll
Yeah,
see.
you'll find out.
Okay.
Mr. Keegan.
Okay.
Leiba.
We don't just prep our guests. We
you
ambush them.
just-
I know, yeah, I see that. That's okay.
It's okay.
That's
So
okay.
you better come with
See how good you are on your feet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
ready. Here we go. Here we
Can you
go.
bob and weave?
We don't give you fluff.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Okay. Whenever you're ready to start on your computer.
Hold up, I gotta find my
Okay, Elena is rapping the big A Alpharetta. What's up,
Okay.
Hey, I
That's
miss
Go,
the
Elena.
there.
That's where I live at.
Yes, go
I miss
Alpharetta.
it. I miss it so much.
I go there every day because of my kids. Doggone it, those
Oh, Paul Van
rugrats.
Dries.
Paul Van Dries.
Hey,
Pablo.
Paulie V.
Pablo, where you from, Pablo?
Y'all
Oh wait,
came.
Pablo, where you live at, dog? Buford.
That's
Buford
right.
in the house.
From the Buford.
Buford, not
Yeah.
Buford Highway.
No, not Buford.
Not Buford
That's
Highway.
right. You gotta
That's
say
right,
that.
yeah. Buford, Georgia. Buford. Buford.
Yeah,
It's like
Buford.
not Target, but Target. You gotta,
Exactly.
there's a
Exactly.
difference.
The
It's
You know
one
what I'm
with
saying?
the big mall in
There's
it.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, I was actually up there this weekend. I went to the Mall of Georgia this weekend.
Did
You
you?
did?
Yeah.
Why you didn't get me something this weekend? My birthday was on Friday,
I didn't
yo.
know.
What?
I mean, somebody had.
I'm
Y'all,
done.
I got too
I'm
many
done.
birthdays.
Yo,
out
bye.
here. People
Bye,
gonna have to put-
Felicia. Bye.
People gonna have to have some birthday wish list books and they pass them out around the path. Just like, hey, have a list of the birthdays coming up. If I can know who to get.
Not wish list.
You know what I'm saying? Love from
The Netherlands.
Hey!
What's up?
International, baby.
Welcome.
If I had a gun, I'd put some holes
Yes,
in it.
Boyka. Wow.
All right. I gotta start now because we can't let this energy leave here. We gotta get it on the podcast.
All right, let's go.
Okay.
All right, y'all ready?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. The way it gonna start, I'm gonna say, hey, what'd I say?
What's up, everybody?
What's up, everybody? This is Darius J, Steve Neal, Mella G. Then I'm gonna say with special guests.
And then you say your name.
And you say your name.
Yes.
Then I'm gonna go explain the show a little bit.
Come on, Bahamas.
Yes.
What the Jesus?
Yes.
We're not telling people.
Why did we not do this sooner?
Pablo, get Michelle on there. Get Michelle. I want 20 people representing.
Keegan has the sauce.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
The sauce.
That's what it is. Not us. It's Keegan.
Sauce. Keegan brought that international
The
sauce
sauce.
out here. Yeah, I mean,
Wildin'.
got that curry drip.
That curry drip. That's right. You know I like that curry, yo. That curry
All right,
drip.
man.
Okay.
We finna start in 5,
Okay.
4, 3, 2. What up, everybody? This is Darius J
And I'm Stevie Neal.
And this your girl Mella G.
with special guest.
Keegan Leiba. Woo!
You just destroyed your eardrums.
Oh, yeah.
Sound test. This is Convrs8.
This is Convrs8, guys.
Let's
This
go.
is a show of variety where we talk about current events, past events, things that may happen in the future, but with our viewpoint and some special guests as well. We also like to get into the lives of people, the hustle and the bustle, you know, blue collar, white collar, and even no collar. So, believe it or not, regular people make the world go round.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
That's right.
So, check us out on
Check
some of
us
our platforms, Anchor.fm,
Yes.
Apple Podcasts, Google
Yes.
Podcasts, and Spotify, just to name a few.
Yes.
We're on a lot. We're
Yes.
on like 10 now.
And now YouTube.
Yeah,
That's
we
right.
in here. So, you know what I mean? We're finna pass this thing off to Mella for the How You Living.
How am I living?
Ladies first.
Oh my gosh. This week has definitely been a true encouragement. We'll get into more of it later when we start interviewing Keegan. But this week started off great. I was able to rest on Monday. That was great. But anywho, so I was having a conversation with one of my friends this week, and it's just so amazing how God just works through conversations. So she was just talking about different things that she's been dealing with and going through, and just being open, you know. I mean, that's what I do, you know, just being open about my relationship, because you need people, you know.
Yes, you do.
And she was just expressing some of her needs. Not necessarily she was asking directly, but I was able to provide that for her. And it just felt so good. Because literally an hour after that, I got a call from this guy for some amazing news that we're going to share later.
Ooh la la.
And it was just so encouraging to the point where the next day after that, I got the opportunity to go to this amazing retreat.
Yeah, baby.
You know, she eternity.
Eternity.
Yes, and it was so awesome just being able to connect with so many different women from so many different walks of life, just talking about friendships and expressing your expectations and expressing your needs and just really being a friend like Jesus is to us. And it was
woman
just
power.
so refreshing. Able to have a lot of conversations with people that I kind of fell off with, and just understanding that we are in different seasons of our lives at different times, and there's
Right.
friendships that we still need, and just kind of figuring out what are the things that we need to communicate in order to continue to be consistent in those. So I just think that this weekend was just amazing, and it kind of like today was just even blew my mind. So as you know, or may not know, I've mentioned it, that I'm getting my master's in creative writing at Full Sail University.
Wow.
And I was talking to this woman today. Actually, she was kind of going around the church and passing out this flyer because T.I. is supposed to be in the community, in the Bankhead community tomorrow, kind of promoting, voting and stuff like that. So they're having like a free cookout for the community and stuff like that. And we just got to talking, and she's like, "Oh, do you go to school?" And I told her where I went to school, and she's like, "You remind me of somebody that I mentored. Here's my business card. Let's stay in contact." And I was just like, God is moving in so many different ways in my life that I'm at a point where I'm just like, I just don't doubt the power that he has. Like, if God stopped blessing me today, I just know that he's enough for me. And my week has just been such an encouragement. And I'm just so excited to see how this week is going to go and the weeks after that and so on and so forth. But that's how I'm living.
Man,
come on.
You got a good life. You know what I mean? I appreciate hearing that. That blessed my soul to hear. So, how you living, Mr. Keegan Leiba?
What's up? Living large, living large.
Hey.
This was a good week. I had 2 gigs this week. I had a commercial on Thursday. So for a pre-birthday gift, and that's totally God. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, God. And then on Friday, I had a commercial in the morning. And that was fun. That was quick. And then my birthday was Friday.
Yay!
Turned 25, yo. You see, that's why Mella is my business partner. You know what I'm saying? Turned 25 plus shipping and handling. you know, y'all figure that out. But I ain't gonna tell you my age. Okay, but yeah, so it was cool. After the commercial, I was just ripping and running for my wifey because she was getting ready to go out to the retreat. So I had to do all kind of stuff. So I was hangry by the end of the day. Somebody called me up to wish me happy birthday. They're like, "How are you doing?" I was like, "When I eat, I'll be doing good." that's what's going on. Don't get me when I'm hangry. That's just not good for me. But I am grateful. I am grateful for how God is moving in my life, in my family's life, with our business, with our show.
Yeah.
I'm super grateful for the relationships, as Mella shared too as well, and felt super encouraged just over the past couple of days with people wishing me happy birthday, and thank you. I am honored. And thank you for you all for just being here. This is one of the highlights of my weekend as well, to be part of this group. They're crazy, y'all, but I love crazy, so that's why I'm so grateful to be here and have fun with y'all, because y'all have so much fun. I'm jealous about the fun y'all have on Sundays while I'm miserable at home. No, just kidding. All
right, I relinquish my control.
See? Sometimes.
No, I love my kids. I love my wife. They're awesome.
Yeah.
So that's how I'm living.
All right.
That's what's up, man. How you living, Stevie Neal?
Well, this week has been good. I'm kind of looking ahead to next week, to be honest. It's like skipping ahead to the big Destin trip.
The Destin trip.
So it's almost like I've been kind of like in autopilot or whatever. But it's cool. It's good. Work was good. And me, a bunch of other guys, while the women were away at the retreat, we saw Venom on Friday.
We saw that movie. It was good.
It was
good. Better than the reviews put out.
That's right. I don't know what the critics were expecting, but this is about as good a movie could have been without having Spider-Man in it.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, there were some good performances. Todd Hardy did his thing. Tom Hardy
did his thing. He did his thing.
You know, definitely did his thing.
He played a good Brock Lesnar. I just missed his name. Eddie Brock. I did. But he didn't
not
look
the wrestler.
He didn't look like Brock Lesnar. If he had the little cauliflower ear, he looked just like him.
What in the world?
You see, that's what I'm talking about.
But so yeah, then the fellowship afterwards was especially good. We went to the Buffalo Wild Wings right next to the movie theater, and a few guys came with us. It was me, him, Kevin, Misty, Wande,
I forgot the guys that Misty brought out.
Dominique,
Yeah,
Jay
I remember
Will,
Dominic, Jay Will.
James, the
Jay
older
Will,
guy.
Yeah, Jay Will with the beard. I remember the beard. He didn't pay for our wings.
He didn't
like
pay
he's
for our
supposed to.
wings at all.
You know,
No.
I thought Misty
Like you said he
wanted
would.
that. But yeah, Misty was trying to get his friend to pay for all our wings.
Wow.
This is a routine with Misty.
Yeah.
But it works for him sometimes.
It works
That's
for
why
him
he does it.
sometimes. You know what I'm saying? If it lands, 1 out of 10 times, it's a success.
Exactly. So, just really showing those guys how us group of guys get down as far as just the fellowship, the bonding, over a movie and some wings. So
Yeah, man.
That's awesome.
So,
we ain't got to be out there chasing women because we got wives.
That's right.
That's right.
We
And
chase
Jesus.
naps because I love to sleep. I just
I'm so
like
done.
naps. I used to didn't like naps before I got married.
Man, you start having kids, naps is your best friend.
Oh man.
That's what happened.
So
I like naps.
that's
Without
all you
kids.
got for how you living, Stephen L?
Let's see. Yeah, I think that
you done?
is sufficient. So, what you got going on there, is Jay?
Well,
Yeah.
I had a pretty awesome week. I'm kind of like you as well. I am on autopilot. I kind of been thinking forward until this weekend. So, but I had to stay present because I have a lot of things that I have to handle at work. So, you know what I mean? So I had to come back to reality and say, oh, I got stuff to do, But, like today, even though it's the start of the week, I just feel like it was a great day. Like, I was kind of like sad that I had to stay outside, because I'm on the parking team, so I had to stay outside and with nobody else. Here today, I had to stay outside for the whole service to make sure to watch over the parking lot.
Okay.
But at the end, I had the most amazing talk I had in a while with a brother. And even though we see each other a lot, we never, ever really talk. And that was with Ricardo Dunmoody. He inspired my life. And we found out we had a lot of things in common.
Yeah.
But he inspired me to not give up on some of the dreams I have. Not like just not to live your life as if you're ready to die.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's just something that my mom told me too. Cause I was telling that it's like my mom, she was just like, cause sometimes I'm like, oh man, it's too late, all that stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that's something that plagued my mind. Sometimes like, man, I wonder if it's too late. But then my mom was like, you're still a kid technically. You're only 35. I was like, man, but back in the old days, that was death. People was getting married at 18. Back in 1909, 35, you was almost in the ground. But
Lord, that's why I'm not saying my age.
but that's what I'm saying. Nah, but but now modern medicine, made we live at least 75 now. So like, but back in the day, 35 meant you was on your way out. You might got scurvy or something, and just passed on. But just to kind of have a mindset of, just faith, just honestly having faith that the dreams and things that I wanted to achieve, even though I may failed at them in the past, and I failed at it, most of the things that I failed at in my past was because of my own arrogance, and I thought I knew better than I actually thought I was smarter than most people. That's youth talking, you know what I'm saying? But it was good, man. Like I just felt good, man. That conversation was so good, man. I'm ready to make this thing really go into the stratosphere, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
So,
Awesome.
with all that being said, I pass it on to our
Facilitator.
the conductor, Ms. Mella.
Miss Mella.
So as
What was that?
I was bowing, like thank you. So we had our topic winners from Instagram, and
It don't
first,
really work the way it used to when you do it. You know what I mean? When you be passing it around. You know what I mean?
I'm sorry.
I realized how much we missed you this
I'm
weekend.
sorry.
You know what I mean?
I love you guys too.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a moment.
Yeah.
Let's bask in that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Now you're
moment
back
of
when she
silence.
turned.
Yes, I'm
You know what?
back.
I think the women vote a lot, and they weren't voting.
That's what I'm saying, because it was coming from us. And then I was like, Mella bring the women.
Men don't vote.
Men don't vote.
See, that's the
It is
problem.
love.
That's the problem with this country down
Oh
here.
God! Oh
There it
Lord!
is.
Yeah, I mean, we
There
don't
it
show
is.
up to the polls.
We don't show up to the polls.
And we're the first people to gripe about who was in
Yep.
the Senate, Congress, and White House.
So now we're gonna talk about what we're gonna talk about, and you're gonna like it
Right,
for
right.
another 4 years. What?
So Toys R Us is making a comeback.
Yeah,
I know we talked about it.
Coming back.
It's not coming.
That is Jeffrey, the giraffe, and the
Jeffrey.
Toys R Us brand, and they're going to insert that into a toy brand in other department stores and call it Jeffrey's Toy Box.
Oh.
So
Wow.
they're gonna start doing that, and then they'll just build the Toys R Us and Baby R Us brand, in, with the remaining products that they have. Like, there's obviously gonna be stuff they can't sell anymore because they've moved on because when the stores were shuttered, but yeah. So that's their plan initially. So it's not all the way dead. They still own. They were going to auction off Jeffrey and the Toys R Us name and the Baby R Us name, and then at the auction, they pulled it. They canceled the sale. They were just like, nope, this is what we're gonna do with it, and it's Jeffrey's Toy Box. So Jeffrey's Toy Box is a launch, is a go. We'll see what it even does, but but it ain't it.
Not this.
I don't know. Not this generation. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Not this generation. Because Jeffrey was like. I knew Jeffrey, you know what I'm saying? Like, he lived down the street.
She said that like she really knew. Like, I knew him personally. I knew how hard he had to fight to get where he is.
But no, seriously, like definitely what Darius said. I just don't think I can see where they're trying to go with this. Like, I just don't know. I just feel like most of the people who will gravitate towards that are like older.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Like you have there has to be some type of marketing plan in place to reintroduce him as something that kids this age can connect to.
Because to be honest, like half your childhood, did you even care that his name was Jeffrey?
Right.
I didn't even know his
I didn't
name
even
was
know his
Jeffrey
name.
until
I
he was
didn't even remember it was Jeffrey until you said that.
Exactly.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I
So
didn't know
who
his
cares
name.
about the giraffe? I just want the toy.
Nobody.
He can't even
Yeah.
do nothing
Yeah.
spectacular. What do giraffes
Yeah.
What does he
besides
do?
reach for leaves in high places?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. So that's their plan. It's like, I guess they figured that the nostalgia and the warm and fuzzies are so
Right.
valuable.
Yeah, I
and
just
it's
don't
left,
know.
Right.
It's quote unquote left an $11 billion hole in the toy market.
So is there some type of like projection of just like how much they expect to?
Probably not off this business, but like I said, they projected that with Toys R Us gone, there's an $11 billion hole in the toy market right now. So they're like, nah, we can't sell this off. We need to make the money for ourselves.
Right.
Oh.
And
Right.
do what else with it?
Right.
Try and fail or whatever.
But
So would they have to rebrand? Like, would it like once? I guess okay. Hypothetically,
Yeah.
this Jeffrey toy box thing goes off.
Pops
It's
off.
a success. It's
Yeah.
a success hypothetically.
Somehow.
And so then, what's the restock? Because if they don't have access to the toys that was once, housed
ain't
in their
nobody
facilities,
buying a bunch of giraffes like that.
exactly.
Giraffes ain't even kids' favorite animals. If it ain't teddy bears, lions, or tigers, or something like that, ain't nobody. It's few people that said, you know what, Dad, I want
a giraffe.
Yeah. So this is how I feel about this. The same way I feel about this is the same way I feel about all these reboots that they're trying to make. Is Jeffrey was familiar and
Jeffrey.
relative. How long ago? How old are you, Mella?
27.
Yes, so about 27 plus years ago.
Yeah.
If Toys R Us want to make a comeback, it needs to be brand
Brand
spanking
new.
new.
Yes.
And the thing, what I believe, and this is my conviction, is the further, because I believe we serve a creative God. I believe
Right.
God is the master creator, and he's got the brains, right?
Right.
And I feel like the further we are from God, the more lack of creativity we have.
Man.
And
That's true.
you look at, I mean, you look at all these, even, and I'm going on a tangent here, but my
Go
soapbox
on.
is,
Go on.
these reboots, they are touching the classics and Magnum PI, y'all.
That's what my grandmother, she had like to had a fit about that. Like she was
Lord
like, I can't
Jesus,
believe,
Magnum
she was like, I
PI.
can't believe they did that to Magnum.
I know. But it goes Magnum PI,
Yeah.
Night Rider. I mean,
I was about to say
They
that.
failed.
Oh,
You
Oh.
don't make kids a Mustang.
Mustang. Oh my gosh. I mean, I'm telling you.
You don't do that.
Yeah.
So bad. 'Cause
Yes.
It was my favorite show when I was a kid, yo.
Oh my God.
When I seen that
gosh.
show, I wanted to throw the TV out the window.
Yeah. I'm like, where is the innovative, the fresh, the new ideas
Yeah.
of TV shows? They're going back into the closet to hit these classics that were good. Leave them
them
there.
alone.
Let me
Leave
watch them on TV land and
Yes.
still
And then if
enjoy.
you're gonna do them, just do them in a creative way.
Oh my gosh.
But the thing is, it's
But
like I feel like Keegan, man, like you that shows how much creativity is waning in
Yes.
Hollywood these days. Cause I'm like, yo, that's all y'all got to just keep going back and touch. Cause even like movies,
Yes.
how many
Yeah.
Halloweens they gonna?
Oh Lord
Okay.
Jesus.
Yeah, that made me mad.
How many?
That made me
Halloweens they
mad.
gonna make?
We had a Hollywood. we had a Halloween, the H2O, the 20 year. That was 14 years ago.
How many times you gonna?
How you gonna do- how
some
many
of those
times?
things, like some of those.
What
past
else you
movies,
gonna do with it?
like,
Yeah.
And my wife know
Yeah.
I love movies. You know what I
Yeah.
mean. But I hate to see reboots. They hurt my heart.
Yes.
I when I see something, it's like, oh, the new. I was like, that's not new. That's
Yeah.
not new.
New.
Yeah.
It's
That's
been
old.
done before.
You know what I'm saying? Don't you touch it. Just leave it alone. You
Yeah.
don't have to remake these. Let them be. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like, because the classes are classes for a reason.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yes.
mean? Now you just putting money in things that don't even. They don't even translate.
They don't even have
over
context, right.
Exactly. You don't
Yeah.
have any context. You trying to make it into the now movie, but
Right.
it's just like, yo, it was great back then.
Yeah.
You don't have to touch it. You
Yes.
know, let the classic be the classic. If you want to do something, just run a 80s movie time in the
Yes.
theater or something
Yeah,
like that. Do
exactly.
something like that. But
Yes.
you don't have to keep touching classics and say,
Yeah.
oh, I can do it better. And you be like, no, you can't.
No, you
It
can't.
was great. It was better then.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, you
That
know,
was the best.
You know what they hit on almost by accident? Jumanji.
Oh,
That was
No.
hilarious.
right.
Yes.
Now I heard because they took it. So their spin was instead of the game coming out,
Yeah.
they went into the
They
game
went in.
and they were totally completely different characters.
Yes.
So to me, they did it in they had it's a closest sort of best or good reboot, I would
Yeah.
say, just because they
But they divorced themselves so much from the original material.
exactly, and you know,
In a good way.
in a good way. So I think that's why it was
Yeah.
maybe such a hit. But these people, they ain't trying to do no different
not-
spin.
they're
They're
not doing
trying to
that.
just
They're not-
recreate.
Yeah.
We got Magnum PI without a guy without a mustache.
Yeah.
That's
See,
what
That's
Magnum
what
PI was.
you gotta have
mustache.
that
Aviator.
And then just like my grandma, she was like, where you at with the short shorts? You have on the short shorts
Yes.
with the knee-high socks. You know what I'm saying? With that was Magnum PI. When he jumped, he pulled them aviators off. You know what I mean? And the 357 Magnum,
Yeah. That's what.
I don't even want to talk about
And,
it.
then, and a funny little tidbit. You remember Chippendale's Rescue Rangers?
Oh my
Yes.
gosh.
I remember that.
So you know Dale, his character design is off Magnum PI, the Hawaiian shirt.
Sure,
It was inspired
yes.
by
Yeah.
Burt
Magnum
Reynolds'
PI.
character. Yeah.
Wow. And
Yes.
what about MacGyver? Did you all see that? I was
really-
like, I didn't even honor that show by watching. I was like, you cannot touch MacGyver.
Yeah.
First of all, the whole point to MacGyver is that he gets out of these situations with like very simple solutions. So what are you gonna do? Dial up an app or
Exactly.
something?
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
like,
what are you
because even like that's why
how you gonna modernize that?
Because I never watched the new episode of MacGyver because I was just like, it's just not the MacGyver I love. You know what I mean? I can't do that.
Yeah.
I'm used to having a guy get a battery and a full side of a piece of chewing gum and a paper clip and making a fire so he can light a stack of hay and create a bomb, a fire big enough to burn itself out of the building that he's in.
That guy just played.
That was MacGyver.
That guy just played real life mousetrap with his life.
Yes,
yeah,
exactly.
that's what he did.
It was brilliant. It was
brilliant though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just, in another show I don't want to make over to, don't touch this show, because I love this show, was Quantum Leap.
Oh,
yeah.
Don't
do that.
Don't touch my show.
Don't do that.
Touch my show and going to I'm getting a plane ticket to fly in Hollywood. I'm like, hold up, if y'all need help writing something, I got ideas on top of ideas. I can help some of you people.
And speaking of toy comebacks, Teddy Ruxpin is also coming back.
Oh man!
What?
If he ain't got the tape player in the front of it,
what's a kid gonna do with tapes now?
That's what I'm saying. That's why you should leave it where it's at.
So here's where there's some innovation. First of all, instead of those creepy animatronic eyes,
those eyes were
two directions.
Yeah, they were.
Whoa.
Were they? Now they have the LCD eyes that have like 40 different expressions.
Oh gosh.
Okay.
Even creepier. Even creepier.
Even creepier. What a dream.
Because if I walk in the room and that thing just be like,
Hey, Mr. Darius.
I had to go to the library. I couldn't stay in the house with that thing. It was talking to me, blinking and everything. I thought he got up and walked, so I left.
See, Darius is gonna make the hard eyes at you, and then it's just like,
And I'm like, hey,
I'm out of here.
I'm out of here.
And then instead of tapes, of course, because tapes are gone.
Yeah.
There's a companion app with it that works with.
Right. There got to be an app. Yeah.
So,
I'm about to say.
So you can do. So it's like the possibilities are limitless.
Can he walk?
Well, no.
Okay, that's I can do that. You just don't want him to walk.
Yes, because then we have an AI on our hands, and I'm
gonna been okay to get us. And now I got to go find Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Put a shotgun through it.
I got to go find Arnold Schwarzenegger and make friends with him. You know what I'm saying, to make sure we can handle this thing. Terminator.
Oh god.
Don't reboot Terminator either.
Don't.
Y'all kept
Stop trying. Stop it.
Trying.
Stop it.
T1 and T2 was the best one.
That's it. You should have left it at T2. You should have left it T2.
Yeah.
T3 was mediocre, and the rest of them were horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Terminator 1 was the best.
Genesis was
guys. So I just want to shout out my Trini sister, Michelle Van Dries. She came in because I was asking where my Trini folks are. Hey, Michelle. Hey, Michelle. But I want to point out, Young Hayes, Mella Brown just pointed out, but he had a message and then he just retracted it. But it was sort of another perspective, right?
Yeah.
His perspective was creativity is not necessarily waning, but it's betting on consumers watching something different is risky business. So I understand. I understand that perspective, but I still stand by the lack of creativity. I think it's a combination, and I think it's a combination of maybe lack of creativity and boldness or taking risks.
Yes.
And that comes, like what we talked about today, that comes to me through faith. So again, I go back to point one. The further we are from God, I believe there's a increase in lack of creativity, and also increase in we play it safe.
Yep.
We're not bold. We're not taking the risks that that we should take, or people are encouraging us to take.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I
go ahead.
No, I totally agree, because I just think that's what we're missing, honestly, because there's just, you go to the movies and you see movies and have the same storyline.
Yes.
There's different characters.
Yeah.
You know, there might be a different setting, but the storyline is the same. You think about a rom-com, a romantic comedy. At the end, it's going to be, it's like the same formula type thing. Like, I want to create something that you think that what's about to happen, but I'm gonna flip the script in the end.
Right.
Like, those are the things that I look for, like in themes. And sometimes there are stories where I look and I'm looking at a romantic comedy or something like that, and I'm like, oh, she gonna end up and then it doesn't, and I'm like,
that was like Napoli Ever After.
I didn't even think it was gonna end like that.
But even though, because I'm gonna tell you something, that's just my problem with movies, because I can watch movies and you can ask anybody that sat around me and watch a movie, I can predict the ending.
Me too.
And when she was like, oh, she didn't go back to him. I was like, that's new. I like that. Don't go back.
Right,
You
that's
don't
great.
have to just go back to the person and say happily ever after. Sometimes
Nope.
things need to just be untied. She need to find herself.
She gotta find herself
Yes.
Yeah.
Like,
It was so beautiful.
This is such a thing
Yes.
as like you don't have to follow you don't have to follow the formula. You don't have to just keep to the blueprint. It's all right to build a different house.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's
Yeah.
like, everybody's house don't have to look the same on the block. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Just like that's what I'm saying. Like Hollywood, all the movies don't have to look the same.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just like even on TV and stuff like that, they don't have to look the same. Everybody need different perspectives.
Yes.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yes.
Like everybody
Yes.
need to see. Cause everybody got a different walk of life, and everybody that's
Yes.
in Hollywood or just doing film and stuff like that, they don't walk the same way. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They don't live the same life and all that stuff like that. And that's what makes life beautiful. You know what I
Right.
mean? It's just like a kaleidoscope. You know what I mean? Even though it's a bunch of broken pieces, it's still beautiful. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just
Yeah.
realizing too as well that not every show is for everybody.
Yes.
And so you and I think a lot of Hollywood or whoever, they want, well, we wanna hit, you cannot impact everybody.
single
Everybody is not gonna feel this
Yeah.
or feel this movie
Yeah.
or feel this show, and that's okay.
Yeah, it's
and then I
okay.
think also the other thing is money versus creativity.
Yeah, right.
Like really, okay, being creative and not really thinking of, well, is this going to make me millions versus this is, I want to be creative. I want to tap into my creativity,
Yeah.
make an awesome product, make an awesome show that's unique, that's set apart,
Yeah.
and not worry so much about if this is going to make me millions or not.
Right.
That kind of
Right.
thing, you know.
Yeah.
So I think that's also a struggle.
Yeah.
And I could understand that struggle.
Right.
But I think there's not a lot of people that are willing to step out and say, you know what, I'm going to take this risk because I believe in this, and I've never seen this kind of show
Yeah.
Yeah.
before. So I'm gonna be a trailblazer, and hey, if I fall flat on my face, I fall flat on my face, but I'm gonna step out of this boat and I'm gonna take this risk.
Yeah.
Come on,
I think
Peter. Step out on that
Well,
walk.
what I was about to say is that I think that there's still kind of this leftover sensibility in people who run networks. You're looking for that next MASH, the next Friends, you know, that kind of universally appealing show that can grab the masses. Look at the last episode of MASH. People still talk about it. So many people watch that because it resonated with so many people. But to your point, MASH was something that nobody had ever seen before.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like a situation comedy in a battlefield.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So that's why it was so unique and popular. Now there's so many things to get into. First of all, cable is so prolific now.
Yeah.
It was virtually invisible
Yeah.
until the mid 90s as far as a demographic.
Yeah.
So that's just not going to be replicated. I think people who are running networks need to realize that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, but
the thing of it is, you got Netflix.
Yeah.
that too.
Netflix also setting the trend as well, because there's a lot of things that don't make TV that make Netflix, and I thoroughly enjoy.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Just like Altered Carbon and the stuff.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
that. Like they're different. You
Yeah.
know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like it's nothing like it. And then and like you can't, just like you were saying earlier, like, you know what I mean? Like you can't be afraid to try something new, because most people are looking for newness. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Like whether you just see all the masses walking down that road, it's always somebody to say, that's new, you know?
Yeah.
And walk in that direction. So why not give people the chance to go in a direction of newness and
Yeah.
see something new, see
Yeah.
something from a different perspective? It may grow their minds, because most of the time when people see new things, it grows their minds. It's like, dang, I would have never thought I liked this before. But now I'm hooked and I want more.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So allow it to happen.
Yeah. And I think to add to that too is just like representation.
Yes.
Is so key, because I
Yes.
think there's sometimes like there's just stuff out there that I don't even connect to.
Yeah.
And I think there'll be times where somebody will create something I'm like, whoa, I wasn't expecting. This is
Right.
why I watch a lot of independent films on Netflix.
Yeah.
One, because some of it is trash. But
Yeah, I'm about to say something out there.
but other times, like, there are some really good stories that people are telling that's not on the main screen, and they are taking those creative risks in order to reach a certain demographic,
Yeah.
a certain crowd of people that's just like, I first of all, I want to identify myself within film and media, you know, in the way that I'm in the opposite direction of the way I'm being represented. Like I think about just how, you know, as a race, as an ethnicity, because we're a human race, and how we're targeted and how we're, you know, characterized and how we're stereotyped in different things. And then you see those same things in film, then it kind of gives you that inner like validity, like that validation of like, well, I'm already here. I identify myself in these ways in these films. So what I'm doing is my normality. I don't know anything different until somebody else show me. And then at that point, I still have to be willing to choose to see the other side of what I've always known. But then at the same time, I just feel like when people see something fresh, it gives not only like something that they can resonate with, but also something that they can see themselves being despite where they are currently. Because I feel like media is such a representation of where we are as a society, and it also definitely foreshadows a lot of things. But I feel like, well, why can't we foreshadow what we desire? Why can't we foreshadow the things that we actually want to see? If we're talking about this unity, we're talking about these different things that we want to be able to contribute to the world, and me being a film major and you being in the industry and just us having this podcast and now being on live, what are the things that we can go ahead and push out there into the world that we want to see for ourselves, that people can catch on to this and be like, hey man, like we really love Convrs8, we want to start our own podcast just because we started listening to you guys, we believed in ourselves and seeing that we can do that same thing. So it's like, even just any aspect of our lives, it's like, okay, where's that representation, and then what are the things that we're putting in to the world that we want to see replicated on so many different levels, whether it's a kid that's watching right now, like man, you know what, I've always wanted to start my podcast, and because I watched you guys, it's inspired me to do so. You know, so it's just like whatever you're into, whatever you're doing, like do it. You just don't know who is waiting to be impacted by that, so they can continue their dreams and their visions and their passions, the things that they have on their heart as well. So I just think that it's a risk. Anything is a risk. Creativity is like,
it's the biggest risk.
Right. But I just think that it needs to be taken. You just don't know what is going to profit you. Like, and if anything, I just feel like you should do what you love doing just because you love doing it. Like, I mean, money is a thing and you need it to survive and pay bills and do all these different things, but it shouldn't be the end all be all why you should do something. And if it is, you need to check that. Because like if your money just somehow disappears or something just doesn't work out, then if you lose sight of your vision, your creativity, then it's like, what was it rooted in the first place? Was it rooted in your love and your passion for it, or in the fact that you can make money from it? Because if it's gone, then what?
What do you have?
You don't have anything. Because just as like this, you know what I mean? Even like you're saying, like this platform right here, this all just came from two guys saying, hey man, I just want to get on and do something different. You know what I mean? Like, because most of the podcasts that I ever heard are very controversial. A lot of profanity and stuff like that. And you know, it's like, oh man, you know, I got a way to communicate and I don't have to use profanity. You know what I mean? Like I am a follower of Christ, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. So I want to put that out there. You know what I mean? Like I don't want people to, it's just like, you know, even like I said to a guy before, it's just like, hey, you know, I used to think you had to be 50 years old to be a follower of Christ, you know what I'm saying? Because most people where I come from, you had to be old to be take Jesus serious. Like, if you're young, you know what I mean? Nah, you don't take Jesus serious. You go to church and do Sunday school, you go to Easter programs and stuff like that, but you go out into the world and live. But it went to, you know, I came to the path, then it was GACC, but now it's the path. I saw a bunch of young people following Jesus, you know what I mean? And I was just like, oh snap, they take this serious.
They take
you know what I mean? This is a serious thing. Like they are taking it serious. I'm like, yo, who ever thought that being righteous was, you know, something that young people took seriously? Because most people, the world teaches you to be unrighteous. You know, to do the things of the world and not follow Jesus. You follow your own heart, follow your own pride, your own selfish ambitions. But the thing of it is to have this right here and to be able to talk about that, put it into context and kind of let people to know how it is and how we live, and even like having Keegan on as a guest. He in the industry and he's a follower of Christ. You know what I mean? He don't have to conform to the industry to be who he is.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So that, you know, that's why I want this platform. I want people to see, you know what I mean? Like, you don't have to, you can do anything in this world and still follow Christ and still be a righteous man or woman. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to conform to the world. You can actually, it's okay, it's cool. You know what I mean? God love you. You're going to have people that love you. You know what I mean? Period. You know what I mean? So you don't have to put yourself out there and actually, you know what I'm saying, put yourself in questionable situations, you know what I'm saying, in order to make it. Because if money is the thing you step on, you don't have, it's like building a house on sand.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
that's
so
right.
It's just like, so if you bet on your creativity and put your faith in God, it ain't no way you can't walk and not succeed.
That's right.
All your footsteps are ordered.
That's
you know
right.
what I mean? So just order your steps in the Lord and you'll be fine.
That's right. And I'm going to get another soapbox here in leading into this topic, because I think far too many Christians are afraid to use these kinds of platforms to speak up and to speak out. And I think I'm trying to figure out the word, and I think it's false humility, because I think I got to take off my jacket for this, yo. Because I'm passionate.
Okay, because he's forgiven.
Yes.
You see that?
Yes. There you go. Well, one thing I want to say with my dreams and my visions, my principles are, does it glorify God and does it help people besides myself? And those are the principles I use in judging my dreams and ambitions. But I think Christians specifically, I think we use that excuse. Well, you know, I don't want to be in the spotlight, and you know, I don't want to be out there, and I don't want to put myself out there and be public. And I think we tend to, sometimes I feel like we tend to want to go to the corners and be our own little meek, little mild Christians. Let me tell you, when you study out Jesus, Jesus put himself out there. Ain't no meek and mild about him, right? And he stepped on people's toes like no other, like none other. I mean, the religious people of those days, those are the folks that wanted to kill Jesus, not the worldly people, not the people that are in sin and full into sin. It was the people that were living by the law. Those Pharisees and Sadducees, those were the people that had the biggest problem with Jesus. Yeah. And so when I started my journey with acting and modeling, let me tell you, it was hard, because I felt like I was alone and lonely in that journey, because there was this taboo thing about, well, you can't be a Christian and be an actor. You can't be a Christian and be a model. That is the devil's business. That is too worldly. You can't do that. You're not going to survive. You know, you either be an actor and not be a Christian, or be a Christian and not be an actor.
And you were hearing that from Christian people.
I was hearing that from fellowship, the fellowship. Wow. People were like, you sure you want to go in that direction? And you know, and so it was hard for me, but I believed that God had called me to this industry. Yeah. And I believe that if I did not answer that call, that I would be disobeying God himself. Wow. Yeah. And so it's been hard, it's been tough, but I remember when I first started, I was by myself, and now I am supported by men and women, by brothers and sisters. I have helped evangelists get into this industry. I have helped fellow brothers and sisters, and I'm still helping fellow brothers and sisters get into this industry. But I had to decide to step out of the boat. Yeah. And this is what, to my point of taking risks. Somebody gotta do it. If not now, then when? If not you, then who? Whoa. We gotta have that attitude of, here I am, Lord, send me, right? Because this is like this platform, what you all just spoke to is you all have taken a risk, because I don't know any other brothers and sisters that are actually doing what you all are doing now. Right. And I think you all are setting a trailblazers, but it takes that one person, it takes that those few people to start something, right? And to show disciples and to show Christians that yes, you can put yourself out there and be a Christian and be a follower, passionate, God-loving, God-fearing follower of Jesus Christ.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Word. If I had like pop, I ain't had none. So you know what I mean. I'm gonna get a soundboard sooner or later. You know what I mean. Yeah. I'm gonna drop bombs when I hear stuff like that. Big old bombs. That was good though. You know what I mean. What you got?
Sorry, this is a private message. But while they're passing that to that too. Okay. But yeah, I so agree with that. Please step out of the boat. That should be the name of this episode. Step out of the boat.
That is the name of this episode.
Oh my goodness.
I was thinking that when he said it.
Right, me too. That's the name of the
episode.
But no, I really. Oh my gosh. So in my master's program, the first class that we're taking is like everybody that's just in the mastery program that's this year. It's like it's so many different people from so many different majors. But like the first class we take is a mastery class. And it's basically getting our mindset to be a master in our field. Oh my gosh, have this been life-changing? Yeah. Because literally, so I'm writing a research paper on one of the people that I look up to, which is Tyler Perry, but from a business aspect, and just learning about the things that he went through and overcame to become who he is today. And there's so many similarities just in our upbringing and the people that we were surrounded by in our lives that was telling us no. That said, like, oh, well, you might want to get a more secure job.
Right.
Sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, you might want to get a more secure job because I don't see this for you, you know? And, like, at first, I wanted to be a lawyer, but I think that was because all my friends wanted to be lawyers, and I just wanted to be with my friends, so that's what I wanted to be. But when I started, like, getting into film and editing and just, like, finding my love and passion for it, this is what I knew I wanted to do along with math. You know, I love math too, but just I'm not as passionate as I am about film because I just don't see myself being behind the desk typing on the computer and putting in numbers all day. That's just not my personality. So I definitely agree with that because it's like, if not, then who? Because it's like one of the things that they were saying is that you have to have patience and faith. Like those are two key ingredients in striving towards your dreams because this is patience. Yeah. Like they started alone. It was just them two. And I had the opportunity to come on and share one of the topics that I wanted to talk about. And then boom, here I am. Thank you guys. I'm here. And it's so faith building just to see every single Sunday that we've been consistent in this. Just reaching so many different people. Like, there's people from the Bahamas and the Netherlands that's on here. Like, this is crazy. But it's just that faith that, you know, like, you see the overall picture. You know where you want to be, but you have to take the steps to get there. You have to start somewhere. Like, you have to start doing something. And I think that's definitely just even just getting into this mind of mastery in my field and just like, you know, like I can't get distracted. I have to always be aware of my surroundings. I always have to assess what's going on. Who am I connected to? What's my environment like? Is it toxic? And one of the things that I really appreciate about this retreat, that we kept talking about setting your expectations, expressing your expectations, because things become toxic when you don't express your expectations. And when your expectations become unmet, you're like, what's going on? Why is this person not doing this? Why is this not going this way? Because you're not being honest in your assessment. Because there's some things that you probably have to let go. There's some things that you probably have to just kind of like, all right, I don't think this is going to work. You know, because even you thinking about like the people that are in your life or things that are in your life that's telling you no. And you know that this is what God has placed on your heart. You know that this is the vision that you have. You have to block all that out. Because if you do, you just never know. I just always think about like reading up on Tyler Perry and doing this research paper. I want to know what would have happened if he gave up after his first failed attempt. Because he got a bunch of jobs, you know, he was working jobs, making this savings, you know, did this production and it failed. But like over the next 6 years, he kept working at it. He kept rewriting until he got it. He got his idea, he flourished, And, you know, now he's, you know, the person that he is now. But it's like, if he wouldn't have give up, if he would have, you know, gave into his abusive relationship with his father and believing that not believing in himself, or, you know, saying no to his mom when his mom was like, you know what, like, you might want to go get this job, son, because I don't see this working out for you. And he was almost at that point. But God reminded him of who he was, and knowing that I placed this in you, and I've given you the tools to be able to do it. So I just need you to trust me. I need you to have patience, and I need you to have faith in the things that I'm giving you. And I think that's the thing too. It's just like having that faith of, you know, that the things that is on your heart, the visions that you have, like, you have the tools to do it, and he will place the people in your life to help you get it done as well. So I definitely agree on so many levels with that. Yeah, like you just gotta go out there and do it. Like go out there and do it.
Well, you know what I mean? That was a mouthful off of Towards Us.
That was just the one topic. Oh my God,
that was good though. What's up with the next topic?
Yeah. So Bad Boys.
Yes.
Bad Boys 3.
Okay. How y'all feel about that?
Well, again, like, oh my gosh. Well, I'll tell you what I think about it.
So that's different, right? Because it's not a reboot; it's sequel.
It's
a continuation
of the story.
Yeah.
But in the same vein, I feel like it's the same thing of Hollywood kind of banking on our nostalgia.
Right.
Because think of Bad Boys, and especially too. People for people.
Yeah.
Like we quote that movie all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Woo-saw, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
The whole bit where the guy, you know, the young man comes over and they're grilling him.
Yeah.
We take so much from that movie.
Yeah.
You know, so it could be another case of Hollywood like banking on nostalgia, but they're just so good together, you know.
They're good together. You know what I mean? Like they got that on-screen chemistry going. I'm like 50-50 with this whole thing. I mean, I want to see it, but I'm kind of like, is it kind of like too late? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, where would the story grow?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
that's
and I know they start filming here in Georgia like November. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The first week of November. And I'm just like, I gotta see, you know what I mean? That's the reason why I was like, well, this movie will pull in the people. It'll at least pull in 100 million.
Yeah.
Because of all the people that wanted the Bad Boys 3.
Right.
Because when I saw 2, I was like, man, they should make one more. One more be good and I'll be done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because anything more than 3 is just like,
don't
cut
do
this.
it.
Yeah.
Just don't do this to me.
Yeah.
But, you know, I feel like if you got the creativity behind it, I don't think Michael Bay need to be the producer because to me he's not like that great. You know what I mean? Because he's just explosions.
Yeah.
Like he's just
every movie
transform.
No storyline, just explosions.
Yeah.
I know I want to see a good fight and stuff like that, and I was like, well, this story is like.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So, I mean that's how I feel about Bad Boys 3. I go see it.
Yeah,
but I hope
definitely
that it is as good as I want it to be. Yeah. I don't put a lot of expectations on movies a lot of times because I like to watch because one movie that I did put expectations on went to see and I absolutely loved was Inception. It was so different. I like that because I still don't know who in the end was he dead or alive. I don't know. I was just like on the beach. I was like I watched that movie so many times when I got it on DVD that I think I almost drove myself crazy trying to figure it out, and then I finally
the top turns and
and then I was like, you know what, the top was the key. You know what I mean? So I'm good, you know what I mean? So I'm looking forward to it, but I just hope it take a different turn. Don't take me down memory lane so much that you just added in a whole lot of the old concepts in the previous movies. Don't do that to me. Do something different.
So I'm on the fence with this, and this is why I'm on the fence with this is, first of all, it takes a lot for me to go to the movies. It has to be something that I am inspired by to go to see it on the big screen because movie tickets are doggone expensive now, yo. And especially taking my wife, that's like more than $20 up in there sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Depending.
That's a real date.
So that's a real date.
NCG, Mella.
Yes.
Cut that cost.
It takes a lot. It takes a lot. And then when you do sequels, my thing is, there are few movies that live up to the first
That's
movie,
true.
right?
That's true.
And these are the few. I have my list. Like the top 3 I could think of: Lord of the Rings, because I felt like it was a journey.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like there was always like, okay, the first part, but that's the beginning of the journey. So it's
It's
the
really one
beginning,
story.
Yeah, it's
middle,
one story. Yeah.
end. Exactly.
Yeah.
Harry Potter. I
Yeah.
felt that was a journey. So yeah, I saw all of those Harry Potters,
Yeah.
and the last one was epic. I loved the last one.
Yeah.
Marvel movies. I'm a Marvel guy. I'm a superhero guy, so I would go to the movies for that. Everything else, I'd probably wait for Netflix, or I'd probably wait till it comes out on a dollar movie.
Dollar movie.
What's the name of that renter?
Redbox?
Redbox, exactly,
yeah.
exactly. So I'm very picky, especially when it comes to sequel. I can remember Bad Boys. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for it? And I remember that song from that movie, right? And I remember a lot. Don't ask me about 2. I can remember 2. I remember 1, right?
Wait, what?
Yeah, a lot of the movies that like that. I remember the first one,
Right.
but don't ask me about the sequels, because to me it's again like what to your point, what we've been talking about, the storyline, the growth, even Transformers. I think I saw
First
Transformers
one.
in the
The first
the
one's the only one I enjoyed.
Yeah.
After that, what was it about?
Fighting.
Fighting metal with metal.
Yeah.
Melissa was like, I can't tell which Transformer
going on?
what's going. All I see is metal. All I see is metal and explosions.
Yo, that's what I'm saying. It was just
too
like
much.
I was just like, this is not where I saw this going.
Yes.
Because when I saw the second one, I was like, whoever did this could have did so much better.
And they just got progressively worse.
That's what I'm saying. Like
Exactly.
each and every one of them, I was just like, oh my god.
I didn't even see the 5th one. I was
did
so
not.
mad.
I
was
refused.
so mad.
I
After the 4th
refused.
one, I was so
I
mad.
refused. I was like, I'm
Yeah.
not putting another dollar towards
Yeah.
the Transform franchise.
Until they changed the
Stop.
direction. And now they're doing
Not.
that with Bumblebee now.
Right.
Yeah, they are. They
They're
are.
going back
Bumblebee.
now to the 80s
Right.
and everything. So it's going to take place in the 80s.
Let me tell you something.
What's up?
Leave it alone.
Leave it
Right.
alone.
I don't think so. I'm going to see it.
You going to see
I'm
it?
going to see it.
If you're going to see it, I'm going to see it.
Yeah, I'm going to see it. I want to see how they do this.
I don't know. I just feel like I lost interest after
Is
that.
Michael Bay the producer? That's all I got to ask.
I think he's involved. He's involved.
He has to be.
He has to be involved.
Why?
He's not going to let that go.
He
Actually-
don't do good with this.
They obviously don't care.
I guess it.
He like M. Night Shyamalan.
Oh, he's not that bad.
He is that bad.
Wow.
I didn't see that one.
Name me 3
Wow.
consecutive
Yeah.
Michael Bay films that you absolutely love.
I absolutely love. That's not fair.
So
Maybe
I can
that
name
doesn't
you.
exist.
I can name
The
you.
first Transformers.
The first Transformers. That's it.
Right.
that was
That's
amazing.
it.
So none of the
I
bad
hated
boys,
the
right?
island. I hated all the other Transformer ones.
Name me 3 Spielberg movies.
Oh, E.T.
Ooh, E.T.
Uh-huh.
Spielberg. Is he Back to the Future or no?
No, that's Robert
No,
Zemeckis,
Robert
which
Zemeckis.
I absolutely love.
Oh,
He's my
me
favorite
too.
director.
Steven Spielberg.
I got E.T. I got
See, Close Encounters of the Third Kind is before my time.
yeah.
You
But
know.
I watched it still and I loved it. You know what I mean?
No, that's not.
That's not him.
That's
who is
Stephen King.
That's Stephen King.
That's
My
Stephen
bad.
King.
Wrong last name.
See, everything I think of is a Zemeckis film.
But you know what I mean? It's just like
Jaws.
Jaws.
Yeah, but
Jurassic Park.
I don't
Jurassic
know.
Park.
Yeah, I was just, that's what I was just
Yeah.
because I was trying to think. I said, was he the first director of the first Jurassic Park?
Yeah,
Yes.
he
And I was
was.
like,
He was.
yeah. But it was another movie that came out, and I can't remember the name of it. It was something 8.
Super 8.
Super 8. I love
Super
that
8.
movie.
I liked it for what it was.
I liked it. Me too. That's what I'm saying. I liked
Yeah.
it for what it was. It was a Spielberg
Oh, yeah.
movie.
Yeah, it was like an homage. Well, it was J.J. Abrams did the movie, but
Oh,
he
he-
was paying an homage
Homage
to
to Spielberg.
He made the
with that.
I
first.
don't like J.J.
Poltergeist?
Abrams that much either.
Poltergeist.
You don't like him that much?
Uh-uh.
Well, what the original Star Trek, the modern Star Trek. I think that was a Trek for non-Trekkies. See, I'm a non-Trekkie.
See,
Is what I am.
see,
He did Saving
See, the
Private
thing of
Ryan
this-
too.
I grew up on Star Trek because of my grandmother.
Next Generation, though, right?
I watched all of them.
Oh no!
I watched all. I watched
No,
all.
no. That Captain Kirk stuff.
Captain Kirk. I
He was
watched
going
all.
around getting them into trouble, sleeping
Yes.
with green women.
Yes, that's what he did. You know what I mean? That's what he did. It was horrible. Now the Next Generation was great.
Next Generation is Picard is the man.
Yeah,
I respect
I
that Star Trek, but no other.
I don't like
Sorry.
Voyager. I don't like the Voyager. I don't like
Deep Space Nine. Bored me to tears.
Yeah,
I didn't see that one.
It's a lot of them that was this like after the Next Generation, they pretty much sucked.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Now I do like the new Star Trek, but J.J. Abrams don't have a great enough catalog for me to follow him as a director. Really,
I like his directive style. I like his visual style. Yeah, I like his visual style a lot.
Who did Cloverfield?
He did.
I hated that movie.
I love that movie.
It was
I didn't see that one.
movement.
Found footage. It's found footage. It's from the perspective of
That
someone.
movie made me dizzy. I was in the theater. I'm like, yo, I feel like I got shaken. What is? Why does he gotta be moving this camera, dude? Stop. Yeah,
that's how one person would do it if they were filming the whole thing. You know, that's the whole.
It was cool, but it's just I just like that was just too much. I expected more.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh yeah, the alien reveal was a letdown. I'll give you that.
That's what I'm saying. The alien reveal
the monster was a letdown. Yeah.
I was like, that hurt my feelings. I was just like, this can't be real. Like,
just this thing with feet for arms and
yeah,
it wasn't good.
Yeah. What about Predator?
Predator. Well, he didn't do that.
Original,
but the original one, yes.
The original one, Arnold Schwarzenegger. It was great.
I did see the new one. If
you
that's
did?
What you're asking.
That's another reboot. Was it? I heard it was not good.
It wasn't good.
It wasn't.
It don't beat Predator.
No, it's not. It is not.
Arnold Schwarzenegger Predator was the best.
Oh my god.
It was goofy. It was a nice little romp.
Yeah.
But
I did not get that at all. I was just like, why do you mess with the things I love, Hollywood? Sometimes that's all I can say.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I did not want to go see Predator. I'm not gonna see Predator. Yeah. I'm gonna leave it where it is. Because you know what I did?
Want to do that.
You know when it came out? You know what I did? Just watch Predator. I watched the original one.
I'll just watch it at home, right?
I watched the original one. I said, you know what? I'm just pop in my Predator DVD and enjoy this.
But back to Bad Boys. I just want to see Will Smith do his thing because you know he's killing on social media right now.
Yeah,
he's so funny.
He's very inspirational.
He's so funny.
I take my Will Smith inspirational vitamin daily because he really do. He do some amazing things.
He's got some creative videos.
He's a inspirational guy. He really lives out what he says, and even with the bungee jump thing.
I watched that.
He was so afraid of it. But he wanted to do it. You know what I mean? For his 50th birthday.
That's a lot of kind of ties into what we're talking about now.
That's what I'm saying. I'm talking about, but he was so afraid.
Yeah, he was.
He was sweating. I was like, that's fear.
Yeah.
When your body is literally rejecting what you're trying to mentally make it do. And just to see him do that, I was just like, yo, that's kind of like how we have to think. You know what I mean? In life, when things scare us, we just have to say, you know what? I prayed about it. I put my plans before God. God gave me the green light. I'm going to step out. You know what I mean? I'm going to do it. Even though you may be afraid and your steps are every time you pick your legs up, you look like a baby deer. But you still try.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I think like God rewards us in that, you know what I mean? Not only in the physical, but in the spiritual. Because once we get in motion into doing those things, I feel like it's like, man, at first I didn't believe I could do this.
Yeah.
But now it's just like, movement is like waking up, you know what I mean? It's just easy. So, you know, I can't wait to see Will Smith. That's the reason why I want to see it, because I know Will Smith will put his best foot forward.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You know, even though people hated on Bright. I love Bright.
I love the world building. The world that it built. I liked it. You know, they just needed to develop. I think it needed to be a series more than a movie.
It is a series.
Yeah.
It is?
Wait, what?
They wanted to make it a series. They put it, because it needed a whole
lot of context.
Yeah. We need context. We need more context to some of these situations. Is what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, I understood it because you know why I understood it because I watched all the Lord of the Rings. And
so you get fairies and such.
Yeah, I knew how the world worked and what they were talking about because you had that conflict between the elves and everything else, and the orcs was always looked down on. So I didn't need a lot because I already saw. But that movie was not for the people that already kind of knew what Middle Earth was and the tale between them, the dwarves and elves and fairies. People that watch Lord of the Rings pretty much got it.
Yeah.
You know, but people that didn't watch it, those are the ones that was like, I didn't get this movie.
I need more.
Why did this happen?
I need more.
You know, but I did. So I loved it.
Yeah.
It was just like,
I just wish it still was a series, though. I just feel there's a lot of missing context. Like, a lot of things I was actually, well, how did this happen? How we get here? What's going on?
Mella,
We're at the climatic part already? Jeez. You know?
Mella, you hating.
I'm not. I just didn't.
You're looking at it too much with your director's eye. You got to turn that director eye off.
I can't. Once you
just enjoy the film.
This is deep right here. Once you learn something, it's hard to veer away from it. That's deep.
How can you call something deep? You know what I mean? You just can't call it deep.
It's deep. Like I said.
The people that hearing it supposed to say,
it's that deep.
You just said, you know what I'm saying?
No, I mean seriously. Like when you see something, like if somebody give you a different perspective on something, it's hard to go back to your mainly your perspective because you're gonna be thinking like, man, like what he said was like, I didn't think about it that way.
Yeah.
But I mean, you still have a choice.
Baptized, man. When you get baptized,
have a choice.
Now you know the enemy out there for real.
Yeah,
You see you and
you know the truth.
I want to put your light out now.
Yeah.
At first you was just out here, now
out
I see
here in
you
these streets.
Constantine.
Yeah.
But
Constantine, that was.
Yeah.
So next topic, are we going into the interview?
We're about to go into the interview, really. If there's
we gotta
nothing
wait
else.
on Mella though, right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
I'd say we wait on Mella, so we got some time to kill.
And we'll talk to you guys.
What's
up?
Let's go back.
People out there, Russ, what's up, man? How you doing? You said the Bumblebee movie actually looked decent.
Yeah.
I think it's worth checking out.
I'm gonna check it out just cause, you know what I mean? I grew up with all the Transformers figurines and stuff like that, so I have to go view it, you know what I mean?
I just want to see how they do with all the Golden Age Transformers, you know, from the cartoon.
Man.
Like, just how they look. Like, just to see... See, that's the thing. With Justice... Like, look at Justice League, for example. I think as a movie, it was shoddily done.
Oh my god!
But just to see all those heroes in the same screen
was kind of cool.
Was kind of cool.
Yeah.
It wore off after about 20
I
minutes.
I get it. Because that's exactly how I felt. But I was just like, how can you just... Did the directors even watch a Marvel movie?
Lord Jesus. DC?
Or DC?
I was like, that's what I'm saying, like DC, because I was like, did they even just say, you know what? I might want to learn how Marvel does
because that's the difference. That's the difference between
keep...
the Marvel and DC peoples. The DC people, they get a bunch of people that technically are great directors and movie producers, but they really don't delve into the material, and they don't bring on people who are a part of the material.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like, it's like DC just don't get it. It's like,
just don't get it.
It's a formula. You have to have people that actually know this to even make it translate to screen.
And they do it for TV. They do it for the TV and the straight-to-video stuff all the time. I don't know why.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I don't get.
The TV and the straight-to-DVD movies are awesome.
It's just like the big screen stuff. I was just like, oh my goodness, this theatrical. Because when people are like, oh yeah, the new, I was like, dude, I'm not looking forward to that. I'll just wait till the next Avengers.
I know Henry Cavill is no longer going to be Superman.
That's exactly. That's
and they're trying to figure out who's going to be Superman.
I think they need to just hang up the cape for a decade.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Until you do more research and get it right.
Yeah, just leave it alone.
Leave it alone. Because after those, was it 1980?
Yeah.
No, that was the bomb. Even though the graphics, you can tell.
Yeah, you can tell because it was just like.
But still.
It was still good.
It was still
good. Except Superman 4.
Yeah, Superman 4.
Superman 4 is trash.
Oh, yeah. But then they come out, what was this? So the first, not the...
Superman Returns, the first remake.
Yeah.
Superman Returns.
Yeah.
Yo, what in the world?
I didn't understand that.
I did not.
Cheesy of the cheesy. Because Bryan Singer was trying to do a Richard Donner Superman. He was trying to pay tribute to the other four. Like, he almost wanted to make it Superman 5. So you had to make this cheesy plot where Lex Luthor is trying to make Atlantis prime real estate.
Right.
That is a cheesy plot, but it's so Richard Donner. You know, but it just doesn't work today.
It don't work today. You got to upgrade. You
gotta upgrade your plot.
Your plots always. It's like people are. That's one thing. If I was coming in there, it was like somebody was pitching me a movie or so. It's like, please come in here with content.
Yeah.
I need content rich.
Yes.
If you're coming in here and just throwing something at me and expecting me to fetch it, I'm not. If you don't come here with content rich, just don't come. If you're not trying nothing new, that's why I wish I was a person that would fund the movies, man. You know what I mean? I'll fund all the people that just got new stuff. I'm like, I'm taking a risk on you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I know that ain't how. When people come with something, because I like to see new stuff.
Yeah.
I like to see when people doing something different, man. I just hate when I just like, oh my goodness.
But it's so needed.
Same 100 films that I've seen for the past 20 years.
That's a good boy.
Need something new.
Yes, that's why I watch Netflix. Yeah.
I know people be like, oh, but new is this. I like, but people like, oh, new is so scary. But when you see it and you accept it, you be like, man, I never knew I liked that.
That's right.
So we're going to segue this into our interview portion of the show.
Let's do it.
Well, we're going to dive into the life of Mr. Keegan Leiba.
Lord Jesus.
You know what I mean?
Open up some skeletons up in here. Who am I?
We're gonna start.
Where were you on the night of?
Tell us a little bit about yourself. You know, your name, what you do, all that good stuff. I know you kind of been spreading that out through the whole show, but you know, more directly.
So my name is Keegan Anthony Joel Leiba. Yes, that's right. I was born in TNT, Trinidad and Tobago. Trini to the bone. That's right, Michelle. You know what I'm talking about. And I've been in Atlanta for over 20 years. Moved since 1996 when I was.
Call him Anthony now.
I'm not going to tell you the age. Yes, because y'all want to do the math. I know you got some smart people out there, so I'm not going to tell you how old I was when I moved up here. But let me tell you, I was a youngin', and I started seriously going after the entertainment industry when I was 25. I was engaged to, I believe we're either on the brink of being engaged or we definitely steadily dating. My wife, Melissa Leiba, and that's when I seriously went into it. And basically I went into modeling first.
Right.
And it was just off of people saying, hey, you should try it out, you should do it. Now, from a young boy, from like 4 years old, I knew I wanted to perform. My mom would tell me I would get up on tables and dance when people would come over and stuff to put on a show. And I remember certain times when I loved putting on some kind of show with my family or friends, you know, and I was in some fashion shows. I was in theater when I was a young boy. I was in a choir from 5 years. So I loved the performance aspect of it.
Yeah.
I became a disciple when I was, or a Christian at 17 years old. That's when I made Jesus Lord. Wow. And you know, and I'm glad this happened in retrospect because I got to build a foundation on God, which helped me to go into the industry. Right. Because I believe if I started pursuing the industry at a teenager? Nah, I would have been lost, y'all. You would have seen me here today. I would have been married, I would have had kids. Well, I might have had kids, but not by my wife now. So I'm glad that God helped me to build that foundation, find my identity in Him before I seriously went after it. But even when I started thinking about being a model or being an actor, it was still, as I shared earlier, it was still a taboo. Like, it wasn't something that was advocated or supported even within the church, you know? And so I just felt like, okay, God, it's me and you and my wife right now with this, you know, specifically. And I persevered, you know, and I fell flat on my face because I had nobody guiding me and navigating me, telling me, you know, look out for this, look out for that. I fell into some scams. I didn't know much about contracts and how does that work. And so my pictures ended up in certain places where even disciples said, hey, I saw your picture on the cover of this magazine. You doing okay spiritually, bro? You know, that's what I would get. Yes. So I got that. But, you know, in hindsight, it was... I was naive in the industry. I didn't really know my way around. So I had to get back up and shake the dust off and move on and persevere and move on to where now, you know, I'm a working actor, I'm a working model, and I'm a coach.
Right.
I'm a holistic coach to people that want to get into the industry in a godly way, in a godly manner.
Right.
I want to be that person that I didn't have when I first started off. To say, nope, don't worry about that. Nope, no, look out for that. You know, these are the red flags that you need to look out for. And that ain't legit. That's a scam. Don't go with them. Don't pay that money. Don't worry about that. You know, that kind of person. And so, and then, you know, being a producer with Mella now, doing something fresh, doing something new, really stepping out of the boat, taking it to the next level.
Right.
I feel that we're doing together, and with the support, it's no longer just feeling like a man on an island. Now it's fellow brothers and fellow sisters saying, yes, go for it, brother. Go for it, bro. You're being a light, and it's impacting people, and it's inspiring people. Go for it, and so that's what I'm doing. Got 3 kids. One is 8. 2 set of twins, boy and a girl. They're 4. Rugrats. So I'm a stay-at-home dad too as well, and that is challenging, yo. Yeah. That I love my kids, but it can be so super challenging. Right. And I am I'm still young, but I'm tired as all get out. Sooner than I, was in the past. But yeah.
So with that, how does that all translate in work, being a stay-at-home dad, working actor? How do you balance it all? Like, how do you get to the point where you say, okay, I know I got this worked out for work. Now I have to tend to my family and stuff like that. How do you make that work?
Yeah, God, baby Jesus.
Baby Jesus.
But every day, it's I strive to spend time with God, pray, reading the Word, and then I hustle. I apply for gigs. I don't wait. I'm represented by about, well, you know what? I'm not going to say that because in case they're listening, I'm trying to be shrewd too as well. Right. But I have agents throughout the country that represent me, and basically I don't even wait for them to get me gigs or get me jobs. Every day I go on the computer and look for gigs and apply for gigs and submit for gigs. I'm like, I drop the kids off to school in the morning. They go to Alpharetta. We live by the airport, so I stay in Alpharetta and I do my hustle there. I do a lot of social media marketing there too as well. And when gigs come up, I just communicate with my wife and say, hey, this is coming up. And then thank God, my mom, she lives in Stone Mountain, so she is the bomb babysitter for us. Yeah. So we normally take the kids over there so that I can do my gig. And so God always provides a way, and so I'm very grateful for that.
Right.
But
yeah.
Yeah.
Mel, you got any questions? No? All right, looking like that.
No, I was thinking when you said that. I have any questions?
I got it.
Well, before we
I'm with him all the time. Well, I feel like I'm with him all the time, so y'all ask away.
Okay, just in the vein of kids, how is it to go from 1 to 3 real quick?
Yeah.
I just always wanted to ask you that.
Yeah, it was mind-blowing. I didn't believe it at first because we were, we had one. We waited for about 4 years or so before we tried again. And so we were thinking that we were just having one child.
Okay.
And I remember my wife picked me up from a gig, and that was the day when she was supposed to, it was like the gender reveal. Is it a boy, is it a girl? Right. So I got in the car, and I'm like, okay, so I'm expecting, what is it? It's a boy, right? Yeah, okay, awesome. So I got my boy. And she's like, I have a surprise for you. I was like, yeah, what is it? It's a boy, right? Yeah. And she's like, it's 2. I was like, no. I said, no. I kept shaking my head, and she's like, you need to pull over. No. I was like, what? No. So she actually had to show me the picture of the 2 heads. And apparently what was going on was that one of the kids was hiding behind the other kid because all the while she was going for checkups and it was one heartbeat until that one time the nurse was like, let me go check and let me come back. Something's a little bit interesting here.
Right.
And, you know, my wife is
boy, girl is both.
Yeah, exactly.
You got your boy.
So yeah.
You got your boy. You got
exactly.
Your boy. So.
But, you know, in light of, you know what I'm saying, having you on the show, we do want to talk about this new venture that you have coming up with the cash.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So tell us a little bit about that. Tell us, conversators, a little bit about that.
Okay, so how it started was I was going to one of my dear friends, Angel Maldonado's, his daughter's birthday party. They were having a pool party. So I went there and I was hanging out and we were talking and... You know, we started having this conversation. It was him, Ray, Jordan, and myself. And I was just asking them, what would you pay to go look at? What would you pay to see on TV? So they gave a whole lot of suggestions, like documentaries, or we got on the line of reality TV, or just something with good content, something with good storylines.
Yeah.
And so... Angel was the one that said good stories. So I was like, I took that with me and then got to thinking a little bit more. And I think this was just God just revving up my mind, revving up my brain. And I was like, you know what? I've got a story to tell, you know?
Yeah.
And I know a bunch of folks around me that have stories to tell, you know? And I was like, what about just my life story?
Right.
You know, the struggles, the realism of what I go through in being all these, trying to fulfill and trying to take on all these roles.
Yeah.
And so I prayed about it and I just got more excited.
Yeah.
Just got more excited.
Yeah.
But then sort of scared at the same time, like where to begin?
Yeah.
Because I never did this, you know, before. Where do I begin with putting a show? I've been a part of so many other narratives and so many other people's narratives. Like I've never created something of my own before, right? And so that's when, throughout my prayer, God put in Mella. Wow. And it's so funny. God put, because I knew at least that I needed a director and a filmmaker. I knew that at least. And I was like, who? And God put in Mella in my head. And he said, and this was Saturday. This is all going through my head. Right. So Sunday, he said, go talk to Mella first. Talk to her first and see if she is available and if she's interested in this.
Right.
And then afterwards, you could reach out to all the other connects that are in the field. So, and
the back, right there?
Yes.
Let me tell you, that part that he was saying, like, oh God, like, I literally just got all of my stuff stolen. My camera, my laptop, my phones, everything that I work with was gone. Wow. And the fact that God put me on his heart to come ask me was like, because at first you was just coming to get advice. Yeah. You were just kind of giving, you know, you wanted an input on like, well, I'm thinking about this idea. What do you think? How should I go about it? What should I consider? Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, boom, boom, boom. I've been here before. Make sure you do this. Make sure you do that. Or I like this idea. Kind of play with it like that. And then he's like, do you actually want to be the filmmaker for it? And I was just like, I don't know how we gonna do this because I ain't got nothing. And as soon as he I feel like right after he told me, asked me if he wanted me to be the film director and the producer of the show, here comes Sam walking up with the camera. And I'm just like, okay, God, because I think at that moment, like up until that point, I was about to give up. Like, they stole everything. And I'm just like, well, I don't know how I'm going to do this. And then I'm just like beating myself. I should have never did this. I should have never did that. I should have da. And I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to do this. God, is this really what you want me to do? Like, is this the career path that you want me to take? And here comes Keegan. And it's everything, the way that everything is just coming together. So you can continue.
Yeah. And to me, God evolved the show. And to me, that was the intention from the beginning, is for us to be used as vessels. Because my prayer with this show is for this show to be used as a vessel. Right. You know, the mission behind the show is and vision, and I'm sort of jumping to the future, but the vision behind the show is we want to fund ministry staff.
Yes.
We wanna fund a church planning. We want to fund
Soundboard, I gotta get one.
a permanent. we want to fund a permanent church home. We wanna fund a performing arts academy for less fortunate youth.
Yeah.
We want to fund performing arts scholarships. You know, and so all of these things, and I think that's just the beginning of how this show can impact, can reach. I mean, in God evolving it, I feel like we went from, because at first we were like, oh, reality TV, to a docu-series. And the reason why we said more docu-series, actually it was Mella's idea, because we shot footage for the so-called pilot that we thought was going to be the pilot, a day in the life, right? Kind of thing. And so we shot that footage, but Mella, we had a business call with another consultant of ours, and Mella was like, you know, as I'm editing this footage, this is more of a docu-series than it is a reality TV show. And I was so grateful for that insight and that perspective, because I feel reality TV has such a stigma.
It does.
Yes, it does.
That we don't want to be attached to.
Right.
Reality TV is not real.
It's messy.
First of all, it's scripted.
Yes.
First of all, it's provoked drama, not real drama,
Yeah,
not
yeah,
real struggle. It is
yeah.
provoked.
Yeah.
Actors are paid. I actually got a couple of castings to be part of a reality TV shows where I would play roles. Right? But you get paid. You're paid actors, right? And so it's just fabrication all the way, and that's not what we wanted. What we wanted and what we realized is this show is unique. I have never seen, Mella and I both agree, we have never seen this show on TV, on media before. This kind of representation, right? All the things we spoke about earlier. This show is set apart. You know, as going back to my points about my dreams and my vision, it glorifies God. And that's been the prayer, is God, this is your show. So it's no longer even our show. This is your show. This is your baby. You tell us how you want us to manage your show. What direction you want to go to. What is it going to look like for you, God? Right? And the show also not only glorifies God, but helps people, has a potential to impact and help people. And I can't tell you how many, just even from the little teaser that Mella put together, that we put together, I can't tell you how many people say, my God, thank you. I can't wait to see this. This is what I've been looking for. This is inspiring. I want to see more. This is refreshing.
Right.
This is what we need now, you know? And that we have had so many confirmations that God has been with us. So many prayers answered, even from going to that first, we went together, that first network meeting, VH2. And, you know, I think we went in there with the expectation, and I think this is fine to have high expectations and high faith that, hey, we're going to get a contract right there and then, right? They're going to have it and they're going to pick it up. But instead, what we got was a lot of wisdom and a lot of advice, and I'm so grateful. And that, again, God been up in there all over the place, because I feel like if we went to, because VH2 is relatively a new network, if we went to a bigger or major network, we would have lost.
Unprepared.
And I think we would have lost our rights to this show, and I think we would have been taken advantage of. So what this network, what God set us up with, God said, okay, I'm with you, but here are the steps. Gotta learn something, and this is going to be a journey. And you know, and Mella and I say, okay, we're ready for this journey, God. And God said, I'm going to use VH2 to give you some guidance and wisdom on some of the steps that you need to take in order for the show to be successful. So the first thing that we had to do is protect ourselves legally. And that's what we did. We copyrighted, we trademarked,
and registered our treatment.
With the WGA. And so so that was like the first step. The next step was, okay, as God was evolving, and a lot of it came from Mella's brilliance and just communicating with each other of like, I think this might be good, this angle, this format. Then you know, Mella had, this is a format that I see, the vision I see each episode. And you know, I trust Mella, and I trust her creativity. I trust her
trust is so
direction, and that is important, especially when you're in a partnership
Yeah,
with something
that's true.
like this,
You
with a
gotta have
project.
trust.
You gotta trust, and because this is Mella's strengths.
Yeah.
These are not my strengths.
Right,
This is
right.
Mella's strengths, coming from a director's perspective, producer's perspective, filmmaker's perspective.
Right.
You know, that's her strength, and I trust that because I believe. First of all, God's Holy Spirit lives in her.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so I believe that she is a creative monster, you know? And so, so that, you know, again, God has been evolving to where now
Yeah.
we are ready.
To launch our pilot episode, November 3rd.
I already RSVP. Me and my wife coming up in there.
7:30. It will be publicly, and we're also hosting a private screening. Not everybody is invited. I'm sorry, but maybe once we get a bigger venue and location, we'll be able to invite more people. But this is a more intimate setting. Our family and our friends, people who have supported us along this journey, just wanting them to invite them into this atmosphere and just show them what we've been working on these past couple of months, which is crazy.
Yes.
You would think this has been years that we've been doing this, but this has like been only a few months that we've been doing this, and it's just so
I watched y'all numbers jump
amazing.
like significantly within a few days.
Yes.
Like, I was just like, yo, that was crazy.
Yes.
Crazy.
Because I saw it, because I remember looking at the
International.
number, I was like, they almost there. And then I looked at it again, I was like, oh snap, they are way
Wait
over
a
there.
Yes. And that's, again, to Mella's strength. Mella, another part of Mella's strength. And she's like that parable of the 10 talents.
Yeah.
She got like 20. But the thing about Mella is, again, what is so inspiring is she uses them to glorify God and to help people. She uses them. She doesn't sit on them. She uses them. And that, to me, God bless that, because that was her brain working as far as marketing, is how can we strategically market on Facebook?
Right.
Because we even had to evolve from airing it over a network versus airing it over Facebook.
Yeah.
Right? Because it would cost like quite a bit of money, not a lot of money typically in general when you look at the whole scale of putting something on a network, but it was still, should we use this money to go towards airing it on a network where we don't really have a base or following, or should we use this money to go towards marketing dollars to a platform where we have a large base, a large following, where we have a presence? And so we came up with, let's go in that direction, and it paid off.
And
it was a risk. All of these things that we're doing stepping up because it's for both of us.
Absolutely.
For both of us, it's new territory. So we're constantly taking the screen, even with the private screening. You know, part of me was like, God, because I was calling some resources and they were saying it costs like $250, $300. You know, I was like, we ain't got that money. So I was like, God, maybe we should just not do that and just, you know, whatever you want, God, whatever you want. And, and the last person I call, hey, yo, I can hook you all up. I can, and for not only the budget that we wanted, but under the budget.
Wow.
Half of the budget, way under the budget that we said we were going to allocate to a venue to do this private screening.
Wow.
And so, again, God just bringing in, you know, connections, resources, and just connecting the dots for us. And so it just makes me grateful for where we are now. And for me, it's like every day we're doing something to move forward. And I think that's important when you have a dream, when you have a vision, and you have the support system. It's about every day, and even within the support system, getting advice. How important it is to get advice from people that may be better, their strength, maybe especially financial, you know, legal. All that kind of consulting, all that kind of stuff we've been doing, you know, but God provides those connections with those resources, and that's just another benefit of, to me, being in the kingdom, you know, and not only being in the kingdom, but having a personal relationship with God, you know.
There's two things I want to kind of highlight about what Keegan said, because one of the things is like that vision that we have like behind the episode. Like, yes, we want this show to be impactful. We have so many great things packaged in this, and we're so excited to showcase this to you guys. But I think the thing was, like, when I found out what Keegan's vision was, as far as like for the church and just for the youth, I was like, this is just really crazy. It's
like
exactly what I want to do. And I think it's just like I think there's just so many times where I've prayed to God, like, just connect me with, because I've been praying for a partner. Period. Like, I didn't know how it was going to happen.
Yeah.
I just know I needed somebody that I knew I can trust and that had the same vision as me or similar. And this is just so unorthodox because I didn't know any of this prior to. All I knew that he had this idea. He wanted me to be the filmmaker and director of it. And, you know, boom, we get to talking and we're talking about treatment and he's giving me out his vision. And I'm like, what? You wanted the same thing as me? And that's the beauty of it. It's like you don't have to do this alone. Like I just know that I want to do it. I don't have to do it by myself. I'm not even about to be like, well, I got my thing, you got your thing. That's the thing we gotta get out of.
Man,
like if we come together on some of these things, it'll be so much more fruitful and so much more beneficial to just everything that you're trying to put forth your effort to. And then another thing, the trust. Like, I'm telling you, I feel like if Keegan was the person that tried to control every detail about how he wanted the show to go, it wouldn't be what it is today. Like, I think there was just time, like, it just, like he said, it evolved. It was just one idea. We thought we had it. But as we kept talking through it and I just kept researching, because I was like, all right, I've never done a docuseries before. I've never done a television series, but let me research. Let me go look at docuseries that are already out there. How are they formatted? How would I even want this to be formatted? And I prayed about it, most importantly. Because I'm just like, because I feel like with everything that I do, whether it's a film or editing, I'm like, okay, Holy Spirit, lead and guide me on how to edit this. Holy Spirit, lead and guide me on how to film this. Holy Spirit, lead and guide me on how to photograph this person. It's that, like, I like literally some of the photos that I've done, I don't even know how I even got to those places, but I'm just like, thank you, Holy Spirit. Now this is like one of my most liked photos or whatever. But that trust is such an important factor. Because if he trusted me, and that's why it evolved into what it was. And then also it gave me the comfortability to share what I was thinking. Because I feel like if it was like, I don't know if I should say that because, not, you know, because it kind of strayed away from the story that he's trying to tell. So now I'm like, I'm kind of walking on eggshells here because I don't know whether or not it's like, nope, I think this and blah, blah, blah. And it was so with ease. And then his response was like, I trust you, Mella. Like, whatever you want to do. Like, if that's what God is putting on your heart to do it, let's do it. And it's like that cooperativeness as well. It's like, he could have been like, actually, nah, I'm not thinking
what Keegan wants. But the thing I enjoy about even what Keegan was talking about, just like the whole trust aspect of the thing, and he understood that he was looking for a partnership because he understood strength. You know what I mean? Like he was like, I know the directing side. This ain't it. I'm the talent. You know what I mean? And I know some things about the game. And just like y'all being able to come together and say, okay, we're going to put all this into a pot and we're going to make us a stew. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to be cash. You know what I mean? And actually just, you know, capitalizing on that and just working together. Because I think in society we talk to, hey, man, get mine, you get yours. And stuff like that. And we don't think to say, man, I have all these assets around me. How about pulling them together and utilizing them and utilize each other, not to just use you up, but that let's all go in this direction and make something great. You know what I mean? I feel like that's what y'all gonna be doing. You know what I'm saying? Making something great. And just like I said, I look forward to this. You know what I mean? Because it's like I might even come in there in a suit. I go find a red carpet just to roll out.
There you go.
It's gonna be there. It's gonna be there.
You know, but man, like the thing that you like, how you saying like you want something new and the creativity and just like all these things, I keep hearing you say, I ask God for. You know what I mean? Like I ask God for the ideas, and I think it falls back into like even what you were saying earlier, like you gotta be close to God. You know what I mean? Like
that's so important.
Because if you're not, you know what I mean, it's just like all your stuff gonna start looking like everybody. You know what I mean? And I feel like, you know what I'm saying, even what you're doing with this right here, and you saying, okay, I want to do something new. You even ask people. You was like, yo, I'm gonna use a social group and see what would you like, and you didn't even know you was going in the direction that you went in. You just say, hey, what do you like? You know what I'm saying? What would you pay money to see?
Yeah.
You know, even in the tapping into a wise counsel. You
Right.
know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And taking it there, just doing the due process and say, you know what? All right, God, I got what I was looking for. Now I'm asking you, what direction do you want me to go?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then just even trusting God to go talk to Mella. Even Mella, she had hit the bottom of the bottom. She was almost questioning herself just to see that
So
even part of the
strategic.
story is just crazy. You know what I mean? Because it was like, dang, man. I keep hearing, it's like for the past couple of weeks, been hearing like stories on faith. And like, when you be like, dang, man, you did that.
Yeah.
That's how much you trust God to get there.
Yes.
Man, that stuff inspiring, yo. You know what I mean? And I hope that come through. You know what I mean? I feel like it's going to come through. You know what I mean? Like, because just like, that's what people don't see a lot of that. Like, I haven't heard of this at all. And like when Mella was telling us about it, I was like, hey man, y'all better do that because ain't nobody else doing it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Might as well be the first one.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because everything will come after you. It's a copy. You know?
Right. Exactly.
Exactly. And you know, hey, y'all protected now, so you like, if you look like me,
exactly.
Pay me my money.
Yes.
And you know what I'm saying? For y'all can fund dreams. I mean, and the thing about it, the dream y'all had, it ain't just for you guys.
That's what I was going to say.
You know what I'm saying?
I was going to say this.
You went past yourself and said, you know, all right, God, how can I do this to glorify you and to bring more people to the place that you are?
Yeah.
Because you're a follower of Christ. You know what I mean? You believe in being righteous and everywhere that you step.
Yeah.
Just showing people that it can happen. You know what I mean? Because you actually were the person on the outside. It's like everybody's like, yo, brother, I don't know if you want to do this. You want to be an accountant or something, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
And you know what I'm saying? The thing with us, I now that I know this about you, it's like, yo, you was a trendsetter from the beginning.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? You were willing to step out into places. You went into the dark places and shined your light.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? I really feel like God gonna bless that, man. Like that is amazing, bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
For real.
I want to speak to that because I feel the show, as I said, and it reminds me of the passage in scriptures where, and I'm not sure if this is Solomon. I think it is Solomon, but I think it may be his mom, where his mom prayed for, give me a baby, give me a child, and I'm going to give that child back to you. I'm going to consecrate that child and give that child back to you.
Right.
And I feel this is our baby that we prayed for, and we're giving it back to God.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I feel like I'm more at peace, and I feel for both of us, you know, and Mella could attest to this, that we're more at peace when we let go and we surrender. And we say, God, this is your show.
Yeah.
We're just, hey, you are the superstar. We're just part of your world, God. We're just living in your world, right?
Yeah.
And this show, to me, has the potential, and I believe it will, because this show is not just focused on my life.
No.
It's confessions of a spiritual hustler. It's not confessions of Keegan Leiba.
Yeah.
So this show, well, our vision for this show
Yeah.
is not only going to be, it's not going to be just about me, but it's going to branch out into people like you.
Yeah.
To people like you. So we're going to have you all on the show where you all talk about your hustling. You talk about what you're doing now. With this platform, you talk about what you're doing now. With this platform, we reach out to brothers and sisters that are spiritual hustlers that are stepping out of the boat, taking risks and being trailblazers, and we get their lives. And we get their confessions, their struggles, and this is what this show is about. It's about the real struggles or challenges. Because what the teaser was supposed to do was, yes, the perception to the world and to many people. Oh, it looks like a cute little fluffy, pretty package you have here. That you know you're looking good. Your wife is looking pretty. Your kids looking good. But everything is not what it seems. And what this show is going to delve in is going to delve into the struggles of being a working actor, the struggles of being a working model, the struggles of being a stay-at-home dad, a husband.
Yeah.
Because let me tell you, as I shared earlier, I have fallen flat on my face, and I'm sure we all have fallen flat on our face. And I think I think we need to put that out there. I think we need to put the struggles out there and break those stereotypes or those stigmas of, you know, oh, you're looking all good. You all must have it together. No, sir. We don't have it all together all the time. And so I feel like it, as we shared in the treatment, it deals with human, real emotions, and that's why it's a docu-series, right? And so that's our vision, is that, hey, yeah, it may start off with me, but it's not about me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, even in the pilot, we have 2 other brothers there that we have interviewed. And so it's going to branch out to y'all. Yeah. So this show, what I'm saying is this show is bigger. Yeah. Bigger than us. Yeah. And it's on a global scale. Because what our vision is, we're starting off locally Atlanta, but next season we want to travel. Yeah. We want to travel. Let's go reach out to our fellow brothers and sisters in different parts of the country. Yeah. And then soon, let's go reach out to brothers and sisters in different parts of the world. Yeah. Let's go back to my hometown. I got brothers and sisters, spiritual hustlers in Trinidad. We got spiritual hustlers in the Bahamas and the Netherlands and Amsterdam. Yeah. That trying to make it. Yeah. You know, and they may feel alone themselves. Yeah. You know, so this show is so much more bigger than we could ever imagine. And that's why I'm like, God, you evolve it to what you want it to be. And we understand everybody ain't gonna feel it. Yeah. Everybody ain't gonna feel it, and it's okay.
Yeah. Right. I think what I really am going to enjoy about just putting this together is the vulnerability that would be displayed from both men and women in the fight. Yes. And I think it's just a real representation of just true discipleship in Christ. Like, we're still human at the end of the day. And I think some of the things that I lacked in growing up in the church that I did was that there was just so much fakeness. Yeah. It was like putting on a show. It was like, oh, well, you know, I don't really want you all in my business and da-da-da-da. I think that's just like where we mess up. We only hurt ourselves. And that's something I'm learning in the season 2. It's just like my lack of vulnerability only hurts me. Yeah. Like, wow. If I can choose whether or not to get open with you or not, it's not going to affect you. Yeah. Because, and then also, if I feel like I'm getting open but I'm not, or openness is different from vulnerability, because I could be open with you about my life, but it takes another level of just like,
you gotta tap into that nerve.
To be exposed, to know, like, after this situation, like, you don't know what the person is gonna say, but like in hopes that, okay, like, I put it all out there, but what I love about my circle of friends is like, they're like, well, are you okay? Well, let's think through this. Like, what was the logic behind it, and just helping me think through that, which I'm so grateful for the friends that I do have. But like, this is like a level of vulnerability that I do not see. Like, this is the realness of what I experience on a day-to-day basis in my life as I'm pursuing these goals, I'm pursuing these passions, I'm living my life, I'm in these roles as a husband, as a father, as a mother, you know, all these different things. It's like, where am I finding that encouragement, that hope? You know what? Like, yes, I'm going through this, but tell me that I can make it. Yes. Tell me that I can keep pressing forward. Like, tell me this is not the end-all, be-all. Yes. Because I do go through different trials and go through different tribulations in my life, but this is not it. This is not permanent. Yeah. Like, I'm experiencing this to go through it, but I feel like a lot of the times I go through things is for the next person. Yeah. And I feel like that's where it becomes impactful, when you choose to be vulnerable about where you were in that specific place and how you were able to come out of it. Yeah. So I just think, like, being vulnerable, like, you know, it helps. It helps with the healing process to be able to, like, get open about it and just like, hey man, you know what, like, this is me, and this is who I'm evolving into, because I'm allowing God to help me get to those places, you know, because, like, it's not only that, like, he's all these things, but God is his priority. Yes. This is where he pulls his encouragement from. This is where he gets his joy. This is where he fights. This is where he battles and fights in a matter of praying. Praying like, God, I don't understand what you're doing right now, but I trust you. Yeah. You know, I know you're going to get me through this, you know, and stuff like that. So, like, God being the source is the number one key that we want to express to people. Is like, I'm all these things, but I'm a disciple first. Yes. I serve God first. This is the things that he's allowed me to do. These are the talents and abilities that he's given me, and I'm going to glorify him in that. But I'm a disciple first, and I want to take people to heaven. I mean, as many people as to heaven as I possibly can. And that's the motive. The motive is God, and we want people to know them too. So
Man.
Yeah.
Hey, man. It seems like it's already working.
Hey.
You know what I mean? Now it's packaged and it's finna be ready for the public, man.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see it, man.
I'm coming in all black. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, I'll figure something out. That'll be great.
It's
Yeah.
Man, that was good, man. That was so
I'm
good,
just so
man.
grateful to be in this community of creativity right
Yeah.
now.
Mm.
You know what I mean? I mean, you know, not to brag or anything, but you know, false humility, we're gonna put it to the side.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
I'm grateful to be in a great community of creative people.
Yeah.
You know, just as we alluded to earlier, how me and Darius came together, just wanting to do the same thing and going.
It was because of snow, actually.
Yes. Snow.
And it was, Jazz did his sermon online.
That's right.
Yeah. He was asking us what.
We both put the same idea, like, oh, snap.
At the same time.
At the same time.
At the same time.
I remember that.
Yeah, it was just like, oh, snap,
well,
you too.
Here we are.
Yes.
So, you know what I'm saying? That's just like how you know God is in the middle.
Oh, yeah,
of it all,
absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like, he's the nucleus. You know what I mean? So, just being able to create, man, like, just like, even like, people like, oh man, what you want to do to this? I mean, I hope to spread it to as many people as I can.
Yeah.
I mean? Like, I'm not doing this for me, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like, I really want to touch people, you know what I'm saying? I want to be a household name, you know what I'm saying? Not just to be a household
just
name.
To be famous.
I just want people to know that, hey man, I gave everything I could to this work before I died. You know what I'm saying? For God. I don't want none of this stuff without God. You know what I mean? Like, if I don't have God in it, man, that's like my life right now. The past 6 years with God has been amazing. My life has changed. And just like having the people around, being around creative people, seeing the impact that your Greatest Showman thing put on.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
It was so many people that day.
I listened to that soundtrack all the time.
I thought it was an Easter service.
Yeah, we were kingdom kids, and we were like at critical mass. It was like Easter.
Just to know you put that, you know, just like to know you were willing to put your creativity not only in the church but outside. You know what I mean? That's an amazing thing. And man, I think we're gonna end the show on this, man.
Yeah.
Like, this was good, man. This was such a good show.
Final thoughts?
We're gonna go into the final thoughts.
We're gonna go to the final thoughts.
We're gonna start off with Mr. Keegan Leiba.
Yeah, you know, I think dreamers, there is a saying in the industry, how work begets work. When you put your work out there, it typically leads to more work, how you market and how you promote it.
Right.
And I feel like dreamers beget dreamers.
Right.
When you have dreamers that not only dream, but are going after their dreams and are showing due diligence with their dreams and are first consecrating their dreams to God, figuring out, is this going to glorify God? And is this going to help people even to know God or to think about God or to even focus on God? And then get a team of brothers and sisters. Let me tell you, and I'm going to be real, spiritual men and women.
Yeah.
Spiritual men and women around you in different fields with different perspectives.
Yeah.
Right? I believe you are setting an example and setting a trend, setting a trail for other dreamers to do the same thing. And it may not be in the same platform or in the same field as you are, but the fact that you are stepping out of the boat, I believe it encourages and inspires other people to step out of their boats.
Yes.
And we all got boats.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So
Absolutely.
keep on dreaming and keep on inspiring other people to go after their dreams as well.
That's it. All right, Stephen Neal, final thought.
Well, just piggybacking off that, I've just always thought about this show and just, you know, we're so conscious about how we package it, and you know, as we've grown, I think we've kind of expanded. You know, we were just two guys on a couch.
Yeah.
And, you know, just kind of making fun of what was on TV.
Yeah.
But, you know, but then Mella gets here and we're talking about stuff where not only affects us as men and married men, but as single people and women.
Yeah.
And so it just keeps expanding, and then just this guest portion of it just kind of generates more of a conversation and whatnot. And then it got me to this thought at, I was just hesitant at first. If you would have asked me at episode 1, did I want this to kind of represent like disciples and like just stepping out and doing something, as disciples, I would have been pretty hesitant to do that. But now it's like I'm more and more inspired that yes, we do want to share our lives with people and just how we're stepping out, how this thing was generated and how it has grown, and really just show that to the world, not just to the Path Church, but other ministries, and then ultimately the world, other people, So and this interview in particular is kind of like not inspired it because I've kind of felt that as it has grown, but it's definitely focused it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I definitely feel that.
So definitely that's a final thought I want to bring to that. So thank you, Mr. Leiba.
Yeah, absolutely.
Final thoughts, Mella. Gee.
Woo! I was dropping a lot of knowledge
I'm about
today.
to say, beating the table up. I ain't never seen you that fast. Like, I ain't no Keegan brought knowledge like that. You was over here like, and Lord! And the Lord brought forth ideas to me.
I just got off the retreat high, and paired with just.
I seen the passion come all the way up. Passion.
But no, I feel like I've said this multiple times throughout the whole conversation, but don't be afraid to take those risks.
Yeah.
I think there's one thing that my dad always told me, that there's somebody out there that hasn't yet been to be impacted.
Yeah.
Like your audience is out there. Because I think there's so many times, like even just within this industry, you're like, well, everybody's already out there doing everything.
Yeah.
So I don't think like I'm going to be able to fit. Don't try to fit in.
Right.
Be out of the box.
Right.
Create something that's going to gravitate. Try to pull those people away.
Exactly.
Especially if it has a positive message, especially if it's about God, my Savior, my Lord, my Jesus Christ. But no, definitely don't be afraid to take those risks, like, because you just don't know what that's going to profit you. And I'm not even saying money. I'm not even talking money. I'm just talking about like the benefit, like knowing that you're putting something out there that's impacting somebody to make a change in their life.
Yeah.
And I think that's the ultimate goal, like with this show and with the pilot. Just the things that we're focusing on, and like there's specific things that we're focusing on in hopes that it will impact these certain group of people.
Yeah.
To be like, you know what? I never thought about that, when it came to this. I never thought about that when it came to being a stay-at-home dad. Because there's a lot of, like, doing our research, there's a lot of, like, so there's a big percentage of stay-at-home fathers that I didn't even know. So I'm like, this is going to be so impactful and like challenging them to be like, you know what? Like, yes, I'm doing these different things, but like, these are some things I can try. These are some new things I can consider. Yeah. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go try to visit the church that he goes to so that I can surround myself by spiritual men. I can build my spiritual team, so that I make sure that I'm getting, all the advice that I can so that I can succeed in life with regards to my family or my career or whatever choice that I make, that I can make sure that I'm including God in every single decision possible. Wow. So definitely take those risks. Do not be afraid. We are waiting for that refreshing content. We are putting out that refreshing content, and just follow suit. Yeah. Get out there. Take those risks.
Well, my final thought is, even though we've been talking about the box, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think people fail to realize that there's a whole world outside of the box which people try to crowd themselves into. And I feel like that stepping outside the box, like, most of the time people have to understand that the box shouldn't really exist. You know what I mean? Like, because if you're inside a box, that means you're corralling yourself into being saturated by other people that are not even really trying to succeed. You know what I mean? They're not trying to succeed spiritually. They're not trying to succeed financially. They're not trying to succeed in career. They're just trying to follow suit and say, hey, this box will keep us safe.
Yeah.
But if anybody know anything about boxes, they burn easily.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Ooh, that's good.
So step outside the box.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to come outside and
that was
tackle
deep,
this
Darius.
world with Jesus. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Because he already cut a path out for us.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And most of the time we stray away from the path on our own.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We don't stay on and ain't like Jesus say, oh no, get out the path and do your own thing. Most of the time, like, I cut out the path for you. You know what I mean? You may stop. You may turn right. You may turn left. But that path always there.
Yeah.
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 And no matter how many times you take rights or lefts, you end up back on that path.
Yeah.
And you have to follow it. So I say follow that path to being different. Follow that path to being unique.
Yeah.
Follow that path to doing something different that this world hasn't seen.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, you're not living like Jesus.
Yeah.
Because Jesus was different.
Yes. He
And
was.
even like what Stephen was saying, just like, if you had asked me the same question when we first started, I'd have been hesitant as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the more we talk,
Yeah.
and when you came on, Mella, you know what I mean, just bringing that refreshing, you're like, you know what I did this for? I did this for Jesus. I wasn't like trying to promote me, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I really wanted to be a light
Yeah.
from this platform. You know what I mean? I wanted to give my talent of, you know what I'm saying, just talking and bringing about conversation and generating thought-provoking ideas and being radical in the idea that, hey, you can live a successful life with Jesus. You can have a great life with Jesus. You can have fun.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
You know
And
what I
be
mean?
funny.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to be old and ready to die.
Yes.
It's a constant party. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
If you ever come down to church, there's always something.
It's
Oh,
more. Let me
gosh.
tell you.
Don't even play games like we
Yes.
ain't out here.
Listen.
So, but you know what I'm saying? Just what I'm saying. That my final thought is just don't go to the box. Stay away from the box.
Yeah.
You know
Stay
what I'm
away
saying?
from it.
Jesus ain't in a box.
He's
you know
not.
what I mean? He outside the box. He cut a path out for you. It may not be a lot of people on it.
That's
Take
right.
it anyway.
Right.
That's
Take
You know what I
it.
mean?
Yeah.
So grow yourself. Allow
Yes.
Jesus to grow you. Take the
Absolutely.
path unknown.
Amen.
Well, this was a great show.
Yes.
Yes.
I enjoy having you, Mr. Keegan Leiba.
Yeah.
I enjoyed being here. Thank you all for your support. Thank you all for your support. We
Yeah.
have got nothing but support.
Yeah.
Thank
great.
you. Thank you.
That's great. That's great. Glad to have you.
Absolutely.
Glad to help out in any way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like it's inspiring. I'm glad to have you. Well, we're finna end the show.
All right.
This is Darius J
And I'm Stevie Neal.
And this your girl Mella G.
with special guests,
Keegan Leiba.
and this is
Convrs8. We talked about it.
Y'all have a good Sunday afternoon. Listen to us throughout your week, and keep us on your mind, and keep God first in all your endeavors. This is Convrs8. Peace.
Peace.
Amen. Do you mind if we pray?
Yeah.
That was awesome, guys. Thank you all so much
No problem, no
for
problem.
creating this platform and having this platform. Just expect to be part of our show. At some point, you're going to be part of the show. Okay, just expect it, because you all are spiritual hustlers, and I just want to encourage you all to keep it up.
Yeah.
Keep it up, keep it up, keep it up, because again, you all are glorifying God, and you're helping other people, you're impacting other people, you're being a light. And that's what we need more of.
Right.
We need to shine bright and not hide our light.
Right.
Absolutely.
All right.
So yeah, if we could pray
Yeah.
just about, just to continue in our dreaming, hustling, and because when we're dreaming and when we're going after our dreams, I believe Satan is right there, and he's trying to attack our minds and our hearts, and he's trying to derail. So let's just pray your protection over us. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you so much for this time. Thank you so much for just who you are. You are loving God. You are faithful God. You are powerful God. You are a great God. Thank you for being our example of creativity. You are the master of creativity. You are the master creator. You are the ultimate creator, God. Thank you so much for pouring your creativity into us. Thank you so much for Convrs8 and the platform that they have. Father, you see their hearts and you see what they're striving to do. I pray right now you multiply their efforts, and you bless them, God. You bless their work. I pray that this is far-reaching and this is bigger than them. And I pray, God, that you use this platform, use each and every one of them as vessels, Father, to spread your light, to spread who you are to the masses, to the world, internationally, God. And being on YouTube, they can definitely do that, as we saw today.
Yes.
Father, thank you so much for the creativity you've given Mella and I with this show. Father, please, this is your show. This is your platform. Convrs8 is yours. Cash is yours. This is your baby. You guide us and lead us, direct us into how you want us to take care of your babies, how you want us to manage these dreams and these visions that you have given us. Please, Father, protect us from Satan's schemes, from Satan's lies. Help us, give us the courage, give us the strength. I know for me, God, I get tired. I get weary of fighting. Sometimes I just want to give up, Father, and I have those dark moments where I really don't have the faith. I really don't have the fight in me. But Father, I pray in those moments, more than anything else, that your grace will be sufficient for our weaknesses to overcome, and that your grace will teach us to say no.
Right.
Teach us to say no to fear, to say no to doubt, to say no to anxiety, to say no, God, to stress. Father, because we know that in the Bible it says, cast all your anxieties on you, because you care for us and you love us and you want to take all these burdens off of us. You want us to be at peace. I pray, God, for peace, and I pray for covering and protection over us, God. Let your angels, as you say, encamp around us, Father, so that we may walk in your path, and we may walk in your steps, and we may keep in step with your Holy Spirit, keep in step with your will for these dreams that we have, these visions, these shows that we have, God. Thank you so much for everything you do. It's in your holy Son's name we pray this prayer. Amen.
Amen. Y'all got that prayer, right? Yeah.
We pray too. You know what I mean? We got all that life. You get it all from Jesus. So what's up, everybody? We still got a few minutes on here. Y'all still out there with us.
Let me take the chat now that I can. Yes, this is awesome. This is awesome.
Show.
Thank you, guys, for coming to our new domicile on such short notice.
Yeah, it was
You know.
kind of short notice, but you know.
But now you know we're here, and we
Facebook
like
kinda
it.
got us.
I mean, but there's people that we don't
We're
even.
gonna
There were
talk
some people
about
that I didn't even know.
Yeah.
Exactly. Oh yeah.
So, and we got 7 subscribers so far.
Yeah,
I think
we're gonna grow because we're gonna push
grow
this
it.
platform.
we're gonna push it out.
Push.
And we're glad to have you guys push it around, share it with your friends, you know what I mean?
And now it's easier to do
share,
that.
and subscribe, you know what I'm saying? It's so much easier to do it.
Yeah.
with,
Now you can just
YouTube.
share a link
Yeah.
and you have it.
You can
Yeah.
spread it everywhere, like, share, subscribe, come with us weekly. We're trying to have just different people every week and bring a different perspective of life, you know what I'm saying? So far we've been doing so well with this whole thing, and you know, we just want to continue to do it. We want to continue to bring out great content. We're always working behind the scenes to make it great for you guys, man, and just to give y'all things that you can take to the next Sunday, the Sundays after that, you know what I mean, just to keep pushing in life and give you, you know, just different perspective, you know what I'm saying, because it's cool to hear us. We're good people to listen to, but it's also good to see people out here that you may can relate with too. You know what I mean? Because it's working actors out there, it's working, you know, computer scientists, it's working counselors, it's working, just everybody, man. Everybody has a story. You know what I mean? And we trying to make everybody know that there's somebody out there like you. You know what I'm saying? It may not be exactly like you, but it's somebody just trying to go in the direction to be righteous. So check us out every week, every Sunday, 4:30 p.m. You know what I mean? The more you show up, the more we show up. You know what I mean? So spread us
We gonna
around.
show up even if you don't.
And this whole thing is just inspired by just like, you see this table, these seats, it's all inspired by these conversations that I've been in a lot. You know what I'm saying? Especially being around all of you all. And just want to share it with the world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's why it's called Convrs8. You know what I mean? It's kind of a play on that. So thank you guys for sticking with us. It's been like, what, 24 weeks now?
24
yeah.
24 weeks.
Yep, 24 weeks we've been doing this. So
5 months. Wow.
yeah, man. 6 at the end of this month. So
Oh, we're gonna be a year old soon.
pretty soon.
Yeah, I'm about to
Yes,
say,
it's
we're
creeping.
gonna be- yeah, it's
At the end of
creeping.
April, we'll be a year
Yeah.
old. So
Wow.
Actually, this has been a long time coming.
yeah, well, yeah.
It's even like for me, just
He's
like
been trying
I
to
was
start
so
podcasts for
afraid.
years.
And I've been so afraid. I've been had the material
Yeah.
to make a podcast. I was
Yeah.
just like, yo, what am I gonna talk about? And like, okay, I want to talk about, I just want to spread some light. How am I gonna do this, and who I want to do it with? I don't want to do it by myself.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like y'all saying y'all needed a partner. You wanted a partner, and I found one on social media.
Yes.
Because there was some things with this, because see, I was a blogger at first. In 2014, I tried to do some blogging or whatever, but I just never found my voice with it. So then I started thinking on podcasts, but I was like, I don't know anything about this equipment and how to hook it up to a computer to make it record. I didn't know anything about camera, like anything.
Yeah.
But he did. So we just combined forces, and then, like, he's the gregarious one, you know what I'm saying? The gift of gab, you know what I mean? I have my ideas to bring to it as well, so we just came together. It takes a partnership,
It
man.
takes a partnership.
You know,
Absolutely.
nobody can be an island on this thing.
That's right.
You know, so...
Jesus could have done it by himself.
Right.
And he didn't.
No, he didn't.
He
Yeah,
didn't.
he did not.
He
He
got
chose
it.
not to.
He chose not to.
Because how much more gratifying it is with those 12 disciples.
Exactly.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah.
And what examples will we have?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because he had to, make himself, human in order for us to relate
Yeah.
Exactly.
and what
So-
we need in this life of discipleship.
Yes. Yes.
So yes, thank you, Jasmine Brown. We will keep doing our thing. This is an awesome experience. I have
Glad
fun
to
every
see y'all
week.
outside the house. Well, I already saw y'all
Well-
outside the house.
Oh, so we
y'all
were
let
so
y'all let
cute.
everybody else see y'all.
Exactly.
I feel like I got first chance.
We did.
Yeah.
We did.
Yeah.
But it's good, man. Like glad to have y'all. Glad to have our faithful Sunday viewers. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
faithful.
We want new Sunday viewers too. We want some new faithful ones. We're
Yeah.
gonna try to keep growing.
Yeah.
It's gotta happen. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So, we're gonna keep growing. We're gonna keep making it better. We're gonna keep putting out great content. I feel like all these episodes have been getting better. I'm like, my mind is like totally blown. Like it's just like it's everybody coming here ready to give. Is what I've been liking. Like every person we interviewed came ready to give something.
Yeah.
Right. And we've been doing interviews since episode 14 now.
Exactly.
And now this is episode 22.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's
You
like
know.
everybody came ready to give, man, and that's been dope. I appreciate all the people that we interviewed. I appreciate you coming in here being fearless. You know what I'm saying? Because I know this is like it takes nerve to do anything when you try to step out in front of people and actually give people a part of yourself. You know what I mean? Because it's like people like, oh man, y'all, it's so easy to get on camera with you guys. Like, not really, you know what I'm saying? Because the whole camera aspect was we were not about that. You
We
know
were
what I'm
not.
saying?
The
It
first
was-
6
it's
episodes,
actually-
we didn't do it at all.
His accent was Mella. You know what I'm saying?
This is all Mella's
and
idea.
it came from
I'm
a
getting a lot
phone.
of accolades.
She was like, I think we should, and then she just put up on.
She just went like boom, boom. She didn't even, it was just like boom, boom.
Yeah, it's like, oh, we're live now. They get to see us. We're like, oh, okay.
Interaction.
And then we had like 50 comments in like 20 minutes.
Yeah,
And it
so,
was like,
okay, this works. You know, and that's why I like the whole thing about partnership, man. Like it's just ideas get brought together. The more trusted people you bring around that actually have creativity, a creative mind, things blossom, man. You know what I'm saying?
It's awesome.
That's so good.
yeah, man.
I gotta get my kid home.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
She got
Let's
all
take a
break is
picture
over.
before.
Yes, we
So
will
let's
get a
sign off the
picture.
live.
So we will sign off the live.
Thank you for tuning in. We will see. Well, actually, they will see you next week because y'all will be.
Oh yeah, we'll be in Destin.
We will be in
We're
Destin.
Destin,
so y'all get to
Live
see that.
from Destin.
We got another trip. It's gonna be all married people.
Wow.
So
Yes.
It's going to
you
be.
gonna see,
I'm
like,
excited to tune in.
you're gonna see 6 different married perspectives.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm gonna figure out a way to rig it.
I'm gonna be asking a lot of questions.
I was just about to say I might even like FaceTime you in or something like that. Just some questions, something like that.
So sweet.
And we can link you and Jamel in. That'll be cool.
Oh, that would be so cool.
So it won't be in the podcast though.
Yeah,
I can't take all this with me. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I'm about to say you can't take all this.
It's just be live only.
It's gonna be
just live on YouTube.
Live only.
So
be ready. You know what I mean? Be ready to get some knowledge from other people that have been married from 20 years all the way to
dinosaur age.
Yeah. But it's gonna be fun, guys. Appreciate it.
All right, guys. Peace.
Love you.
Slide.